preview. Oh man, this has been, how can I put it, been very exciting. How can I put it? Everybody wants it started already. Everyone can't wait for the Civil War draft. Duran did a wonderful show on previewing 30 of the teams yesterday. And today I have the Mystic Ted himself. He's going to help me go through all the teams we've got possible to preview. And we're going to tell you what round we think they will go at and basically who we think will sign them up. There is 4 captains in the Civil War. There is the 4-time champion Azawin, the guy who was the World Cup hero on the PC, Duran. We've got the very smart lawyer in a Bannon who was very clever. And then we've got Getting the Chopper Shot, who obviously has won the Sea Ladder Championship as well. And 4 very, very good captains. And obviously I've got one of the better coaches who made money with halflings in the playoffs what just gone by. So he knows what he's doing and he always corrects me when I'm wrong. So that's brilliant because I'm wrong all the time. It is Teddy Ton. Welcome, Teddy. How are you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling fine. Thank you, Bernie. It's wonderful to be on the show, and it'll be fun to dissect all the Civil War teams and dissect my own team. That'll be funny.
Yes. You got a bit of a beating from Duran, wasn't it? Yes, I saw the Duran show and I thought, wow, I thought I was no, not nasty, but I was didn't pull punches, but he certainly didn't pull punches. And it'll be interesting to see if we agree with him or disagree with what he said about the teams. Now, luckily for me, we on my Twitch screen, we see 4 teams. And these 4 teams, unfortunately, Durham would not have been able to have done because they haven't accepted the ticket yet. The advantage what we've got is because obviously I create the competition, I get to see the teams that haven't accepted yet. Now, apologies because Teddy obviously won't see these, so he'll have to look at these through my Twitch stream. But we'll go through these 4 first, and then obviously we'll go on to the rest of them. Just so you know, the Civil War is a PS4 competition where 4 teams will battle it out. And the way the teams are picked is by draft like the NFL. And we'll look at the teams and who we think will go where. It was 1,100 for your roster. Then you could take 15 skills. 12 singles, 3 doubles. The 3 doubles could be changed to a single if you wish. No character could have more than 2 added skills. And only one of them could be double. The 40-50 team, it's only been discussed. Sean, I wasn't coming up to that, but yeah, the 14-50, he knows he's made a mistake, so he will rejig that. I think he put the apothecary on that, made him go over. So you got your 15 skills. No inducements are allowed unless you're tier 3. So if you're goblins, halflings, or ogres, you are allowed as well a free stadium enhancement, what's always quite good. And obviously, if there's 100 TV difference, you can spend that. And the tier 1, tier 2 teams are not allowed to use that. So let's get on with it then. And obviously we've got Shod in the chat as well. What's really, really good, because Shod is one of the team captains and a very good friend of mine, so I'm really happy he's here. And obviously Teddy and me will go through them now. So the first one we're going to go to is a really interesting one, because it's called Abannon's Avengers. What's interesting, because obviously Bannon is one of the captains, and it's the coach is Dungeon Master 007. So I'm wondering if that's some sort of plea to Bannon, pick me. And this really did throw my predictions out the window a bit, because I'm thinking, have Bannon and Dungeon Master done a deal, behind doors and said, look, I'll pick you first round. You put me in your name, and I'll get you. Or do you think, Teddy, he's put the Bannon in his name so that Bannon could maybe pick him later down in the round because nobody will touch him because he's got a Bannon in the name? What do you think? What do you think's going on with the naming of that team?
I think half of me thinks that Dungeon wants a Bannon to take him, or Bannon. I'm probably going to butcher that name throughout the show. So apologies for that. But I think overall, it's either going to be he wants him to pick, or if he doesn't get picked, he's going to avenge the team and show Bannon that he's really going to avenge himself and made him realise he should have picked him first, or picked him to be on his team instead of joining someone else like the Shodinators or the Arzo winners.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, it blew my mind this because I was like, whoa, I didn't expect to see that. I mean, I've known that a lot of the coaches have said, oh, don't want to be on his team. We know that Cass doesn't want to go on Shot's team. We know that for a fact. And we know Groovy doesn't want to go on Duran's team. So I think them two are pretty locked on that they are going to go there. But I've not seen a coach come out and put a team captain's name in in the team itself. So I don't know. Maybe they're trying something sneaky because I'm thinking, is he going to try and pick him fair? So are they trying to pull a fast one and try and get Dungeon Master on a balanced team very low down so he gets a good like set of games? But let's have a look at the team because Dungeon Master changed his team. Then he tried to change it again. I think he was worried about my prediction of a lot of chorfs. Luckily, I think there's only 3 chorf teams, so he's got away with that. I'll come to you first, Teddy. What do you like this team? Anything you like about it, or?
Yeah, it's a pretty decent Kislev team. I would, if I was going in it, I would have built it slightly different, but it's
Right.
pretty nice. He's got 2 guard catchers, which is quite helpful because one can leap in the cage for the assist. Then the blitzer or one of the linemen can go in after, get a 2 die,
Yeah.
leaping in the cage. The bear's pretty reliable with block, or the Croxy bear. And with tail, so he can stand in the way, or if he needs to throw a block, he's got block to not be so terrible at it.
Yeah.
One blitzer, which isn't too bad. I would much try to fit 2 instead, but trying to fit under all this TV cap can be quite a challenge.
Yeah.
4 rerolls in Apothecary. He's making sure that he succeeds because Kislev do struggle. They do roll a lot, and sometimes it does fail.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty decent Kislev team. I would have added the skill on the bow instead of a wrestle on the lineman. Just have that extra guard as well on the front line.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, Dungeon Master. He's done really well with Dark Elves in this season Sea Ladder, so he's going to qualify for them. So he's in good form. And you know, the thing that I have against Kislev is they seem to always break very quickly. So I'm a bit concerned he only has 11 players. Obviously, he has got the Apothecary, so that's all good. It's a solid team. I don't like the bear. I'll be honest, I hate bears on Kislev teams. So you're never going to win over with me. But if you are going to have a bear, then obviously block is a good thing to do. We saw Durham saying he doesn't like loads of skills on the big guards, and he's only gone for 1. It's a block, so you've got to like that. I like the guard on the catchers. The only problem is just putting guard on them, not having block. They could break pretty quick at only strength 2, AV7. My concern with this team is I don't think they're going to hold up very well. The catchers haven't got the protection they need, or the guard pieces are, because obviously them guard pieces, they're going to jump in, and rightly so, but then they're going to get smashed. I like his wrestle pieces. I like the tackle. I like the strip ball. I like the coach. He's a good coach. I like this guy a lot. The only thing what's throwing me, if I was a captain, the only thing what would throw me is the name of the team. Because I'm like, do I really want this guy in my team if he wants to be on Bannon's team? You know? that would be the only
I
thing.
know what you mean.
So, Teddy, whereabouts do you think he'll go in the rounds? Say we've got 9 rounds, so we've got 9 rounds. So first round is obviously the highest, all the way down to the 9th round. And just to let people know, is the games you'll play against the other opponents will be in the same round. So all 4 teams in round 1 will play each other over the 3 weeks, and everyone in round 7 will play each other in the coming weeks. That's where we hope it'll make it fair to everybody. And thanks to Hezia for the follow. So where would you think? Or where would you be looking to take this team? Which round, and who do you think he will go to?
I'll probably say you get taken around round 3, round 4.
Yep.
Just because it's Kislev, so I think it's the only Kislev, so it has that uniqueness to it. Some teams do struggle against it, and if he does get paired well in the rounds, it could be quite favoured for him.
Yep.
And Dungeon's obviously a solid coach as well, but I think he's not as well known as some of the more top coaches like Calcium Cast, Gimlick, Trick, for example, like former champions.
Yeah,
but so he's not going to be right with the top.
But then that's what the captains have got to do, aren't they? They've got to try and find these hidden gems, because only because they're not the bigger names like the Calcium Casters doesn't mean this guy ain't good. I mean, this guy's come back into the sea line. He's done bloody brilliantly. You know, he's done really, really well. So to me, if I'm looking on the draft board, I'm like, well, this guy can certainly play. He would be on my team sheet for my say. How many players are we going to have? About 9 aside, something like that. So he would definitely make my list of 15, 20 players for definite. My concern is the lack of. I could see this team folding in a heap casualty wise. Do you know what I mean? That's my only worry. I have no doubt about the coach because he's a very good coach. I'm worried on the guard catches. I can see them getting splattered very quickly. I'm not a big fan of the team bear. I mean, you say round 3-4, I say round 4-5. If I can try and get him round 5, I think that'll be a steal. I wouldn't take him in the first 2 rounds because I think it might be flying too high. But I don't know. I mean, we've got Shot and Azza in the chat. So let's see what they say. But you say round 3-4. I say round 4-5. Who do you think he's going to go to?
Probably a Bonin
Yeah.
or a Bannon.
Yeah.
Most likely. Just he's named his team after him, and they've probably done some secret Civil War discussions about it.
Do you think a banner might take him first round?
No, probably not. There's probably a couple of other coaches and probably other more well-rounded teams, like maybe one of the undead teams, for example, or maybe a Necro team will probably go first or second round, like that.
Yeah.
A banner might take first.
Shot said he was hoping Dungeon Master might have been one of his hidden diamonds, but that team choice ruined it. So he's not happy with that. As we said, I'm back. We can start the draft anytime. I'm ready to be. Yeah, it's all going to happen on a Bannon and Duran because I think if Shot's going to do the draft, it's going to be done in the next few days. If we can get that done, that'd be perfect. So yeah, I like I said, my concern with this team is I would have got rid of the bear, but that's just me because I just don't like bears in these teams, and I'd have had a few more players. But again, it's not bad. It's not bad. Now then, let's go on to the next one. Snake Eyes, THFC. It's Necro. Necro, I think the most popular team in the Civil War. Them and Necro are. Snake Eyes, I believe he's MML mainly, this guy.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, you would know because obviously you're in the MML. Do you know anything about him? I'm sure I've played him before, and I'm sure we've had some good tussles.
Yeah, he likes to play Necro a lot. Like Gimlick is his favourite team, and he does pretty decently with them as well. Not had so much success as Gimlick in the MML as well as in the Sea Ladder, but it's definitely a decent coach.
Yeah, I mean that to me. As soon as you said, my ass pricked up. As soon as you said this, he loves playing Necro. So this is like Gimlick. He gets points to me. When I look at the draft board, I'm like, right, either playing a team they usually play. Like for instance, if Gimlick took Rats, it'd still be a high pick, but because he's playing Necro, he goes up. If you know what I mean. And obviously, if he loves playing Necro and he's got a good handle on Necro, then to me I'm like, oh wait up, this Snake he could be nice little pick in the later rounds. He's got 2 Mighty Blow werewolves. Now Durham didn't like this. I like this. He doesn't. He thinks it makes one redundant. But you got to remember that if you only have one killer, the opposition are just going to target that killer, take the killer out, and then you've got nothing. And that's one of the things I really did totally disagree with Duran on his stream. I like the idea he's got 2 killers. I like the names as well, Jack the Ripper, Russell and Great Dane. Flesh Gordon, Deadpool, love it. The golems are done perfectly. He's got a ghoul done perfectly as well. The whites with guard, I love this team. This team I love a lot. I just wish I'd played Snake Eyes a lot more. And this is the problem the captains are going to have. Because this team, if you give this team to our media player, I know straight away he's going in the top 3 rounds. Not a problem, because I know how our media players, Necro. Give this to Gimlick, I'm taking him in the first 3 rounds. I just cannot remember Snake Eyes, and he's probably going to go, Benny, we played so many times before. But I haven't been in the ML for a long, long time. But his build, in my humble opinion, I love it. I just love it. The only thing I would, and this is nitpicking, is he's got 2 cheerleaders. Surely it would be better to go 1 cheerleader, 1 coach assistant, or 2 in fan factor. That's the only thing I can pick with this. And the only other slight worry, in my humble opinion, is he only has 11 players. But I really like this team a lot, and this would definitely be up there if I knew how good the coach was. Teddy, what do you think? I mean, what sort of round is he looking at getting, and who do you think will go for him?
I think it's a solid team, but because Snake Eyes is not as well known, uh,
Yeah.
as again, he's like not as known as Dungeon Master, and he's not well known as it is. So I think it might go 5 or 6, just because he's not well known, but the team is very solid for a Necro team. It's a good Necro team that I like. Uh, I don't like the cheerleaders with two. Either split it or put it into Fan Factor. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And the Flash Golems are built pretty standardly, blocking
Yeah.
guard.
But that's what you want.
Really,
That's what you want, especially when you got Frenzy
yeah.
about.
Yeah, the only nitpick I have is give a white Mighty Blow and give one of the werewolves dodge instead of Mighty Blow. That way you have two different threats in positionals than just both the werewolves.
Right.
And then
See,
the werewolf can
yeah.
be used as a backup ball carrier in case the ghoul does bite the dust because he doesn't have regen.
Yeah, and that's a good point. And unfortunately, because you only got 11 players, he ain't going to be able to hard the goal on defense. I'm not a big fan of Wolves with Blodge, I'll be honest, because the way he's built the team, he's got two guys who are going to be hitting, and that's going to be the Wolves. I can see your point of view. Then a lot of people, I think, did go with a Blodge Wolf as well. I just think, you know what? If I'm playing Necro, my two Wolves, their job is just to kill anything that moves. I love what he's done with the whites. 5 guard pieces. 2 stand firm, 2 strength 4 pieces, 2 killers like that. I really, really, really like this team at all. Ironically, though, I had him down to go round 5 and 6 like yourself. And if I could get him round 5, 6, or even 7, 8, dare we say 7, 8, probably that's way too low. But if I get him round 5 and 6, I think it's worth the risk because this team is very, very well built, and he obviously knows what he's doing. So yeah, where would he go? I have this guy. Oh, where would you have him going, Teddy? Where would you have this guy going? Which approach do you think he'll...
I think he might go to Shod. I think Shod
Yeah,
probably likes his Necro team.
yeah. I was
Really.
thinking shot. I mean, he's a crafty one. Is the Spaniard is Arzo? I mean, Arzo's in chat saying I've decided my first 3 picks already. Yeah, it's alright saying you got your first 3 picks already unless someone picks it before you. I don't know if Arzo was aware. The seeding has been done, Arzo. You picked third in round 1, just in case you didn't know. Duran's got the first pick in round 1. I'm sure he knew it, but just in case he didn't. Yeah, I thought he may go to Shod. Azza may, pick him because he's like, you know what, I've got plenty of time for teams like this. But yeah, I'm sort of going towards Shod, so I'll go with you. I think Shod will take this guy, and I think he'll take him round 5 or 6. But yeah, I love this team. I really do. Well played, sir. Now then, Nagel. We got 2 Nagel in this competition. What's fantastic. And this one is Legend T969. Is he an MML coach as well, Teddy?
Not that I know of. I
No,
don't think so.
maybe enough will be praised then. Or is it Blood and Tears? Anyone knows to let us know. I love the theme because obviously it's Civil War. It's gone with the Marvel. I love that. I would be tempted to just pick this team because it's got all the cool names: Captain America, Winter Soldier, Black Widow, Spider-Man. It's got them all in there. I love it. It's great that someone's gone Nagel. I think he can get a good Nagel team. What I like about this team compared to the other Nagel team is I don't know, it just looks good. He's got 3 guard. He's got plenty of Mighty Blow and piling on. As Wayne's just said, he's not going to be choosing any UC players, so that does change. Ooh, that's interesting. He's come out and said that now. Sneaky Git on Orota. Interesting. I'm not a fan of that, I'll be honest. No Show Hands. Might not be too bad, to be fair. It's always going to be tough. I like he's got 3 rerolls, though. I mean, what do you think? It's always tough with Nagel and Chaos in this format, I think. But what do you think about it?
I like the Nurgle team. I think all the Nurgle warriors should have block guard,
Yeah.
just because it's going to be hard to try to remove pieces with Nurgle. You need more skills than what you're given, so you might as well just try to play a more control-y game and just control the flow of the game and the pitch. Beast of Nurgle's pretty nice blocking guard. That makes him very stable and able to keep players on lockdown thanks to his tentacles.
Yeah.
He doesn't have sure hands on a ball carrier, but he does have extra arms, so it's a 2+ pickup.
Yeah.
Anyway, and of course he's got a Mighty Blow piling on Pestigore as well, which is just his general killer, and regen's not bad either. And then I think the Sneaky Git's fine. I think if you're going to take a double, you might as well take Sneaky Git, because if you're going to foul, you might as well.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not.
That's
I'm
what I
not.
meant.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. You've only got 11 players, and you're going to be using one of the piece to foul. I mean, the added bonus is it is sneaky, so he'll obviously have to break armor to get sent off. So I get your point on that. Um, I just when I looked at these teams, I thought you could get a much better balanced team if you didn't have the beast in there. I think the beast really does handicap a Nagel team, and I think you could do a lot more, to be honest.
You probably can, but on the other hand, the Beast of Nurgle was just a good piece to help control the pitch
Hmm.
with the tentacles and the disturbing presence and the foul appearance,
Yeah.
and another Mighty Blow piece as well. So I think it's worth it in this format just to help Nurgle just keep in the game and just keep the opponent on their toes.
Right. Okay. No problemo. I'm just getting messages flying all over the place. Um, there we go. Yeah. I mean, what sort of round are we looking then? This guy to go, and who do you think will take him?
Uh, I reckon he'll go about round 7.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think Arzo will take him because I think Arzo has a soft spot for Nurgle, and
Yeah.
it's a decently built Nurgle team. I think Arzo would try to pick that up in the later rounds.
Right. I will like to stress that I'm not copying what Teddy says because it's quite scary that we're both on the same hymn sheet. Because I've got him going round 7, and I wrote down here, go to Arzo because Arzo has soft spot for Nagel. I've basically said exactly the same as you. I think Arzo, he loves his Nagel than the Arzo. He loves Nagel, and I can definitely see Arzo taking this guy later on. I don't think he's worth a high draw. That's nothing to do with the coach, but it's just a hard Nagel. I'm loving that he's gone Nagel though. I really love it. And you know what? I would be if I'm glad I'm not a captain because I might have actually picked him a bit high just because of the names. I love the names. I love teams with their own names and their own personality. And like Duran, that would score highly for me. His club's called Hydra as well. I love it. And thank you for bringing such a great team. I love it. Now this next team, now we will stress, yes, it is 1450. I have spoken to him about it because obviously he's breaking the rules at the moment. So I think the apothecary made him go over, so he'll have to change this. So we will quickly talk about this team as best we can, and then go from there. Doll MC. Now I know he's nothing but praise. I've never seen him play, so I've no information on this guy. All I know is Bears said he's a really nice lad and he plays Blood Bowl well, so that's all I can tell you on that behalf. I don't know if you know anything about him, but what do you think of this team? This is an interesting team.
Uh, well, Chaos is going to be it's quite interesting because they do get access to quite a variety of skills, so you can build them however you want, and with a blank slate of Chaos that they usually have, it can be interesting, but he's even gone very strange, I have to say. 2 block frenzy Chaos Warriors. It's pretty strange, to say the least. 2 diving tackle Beastmen. Again, another strange choice for me personally. A decent ball carrier with 2 heads and dodge, so
Yep.
he can just pick the ball up and he's protected best he can. And he's got a kicker, Beastman, which is sneaking in now, which is quite surprising. And then, of course, the other 2, what I say, standard Chaos Warriors will block and guard.
Yep.
So it's a pretty well-rounded team, a pretty unique team, and I'm interested to see how he does with them, because I think it's going to be a nice surprise.
Yeah, I mean the thing is as well, I like teams like this. I mean, usually if this was Sea Ladder now, I would be saying, what on earth's going on here? But people got to remember, and when I was obviously when I'm doing these previews, you've got to remember, people trying funky builds. It's the Civil War. It's not serious. I know some people will take it seriously, but it's all about, the fun aspect and trying some funky builds. And I like that it's got a bit funky here, and I love the names. Some of these names are awesome. Jimmy Changa, love it. Toz Tarragonada, I love it. I just love the names. And it's great to see 2 Friends of Case Warriors. I've never seen that before, so I can't wait for that. The other 2 Case Warriors, very standard build, block and guard, so you gotta love that. A kick on a Beastman, that's interesting. And then he's got 2 diving tackles with tackle, so tackle and diving tackle do have some synergy together. And then he's gone for basically a Beastman who can just dodge through everything. +1 for the heads, and then he's got doubles, so it's agility 4. with dodge, so I like that. So it's a very odd build, but I like teams like this. This is what I want to see in the Civil War. I like it. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I'm embracing the craziness of the frenzy there. I like it. I like it. It's a team I've not really seen before, like built like this. I'm not too keen on the kick, I'll be honest. And he's got 12 players. Will that change? Will he drop the apothecary? I don't know. Where do you think this will go in the rounds, and who do you think will go for this crazy team?
I think it'll probably go round 8 because Chaos are not really that good in this format, and with the skills he's got, he's probably going to be less inclined for people to draft him. But and he's not exactly a well-known coach amongst the Blood Bowl alumni chat. But it's pretty unique, and I think if someone's going to pick him, I reckon it might be Duran. Not Duran.
Ooh.
I didn't say Duran, my bad. I didn't mean Duran. I got confused with someone else because I've written something else down.
My jaw hit the floor then because Duran would probably refuse to take this team.
No, it's not Duran. It was Shod. That's it.
Shod.
No, Shod.
Yeah, Shod.
Shod does like crazy stuff or weird stuff, and I think this is just weird enough for him to pique his interest and probably most likely pick him up.
Yeah, Projecki, we've already discussed. I've spoken to the guy. He knows that the team value is too high. He's going to change it before accepting his ticket. So we've already had a word with him about this. The thing with this team, though, is I'm like you. I think it'll go really low down the things. But sometimes I'm just thinking this could work in favour of teams like this. Because if he ends up getting up against like the Amazon team or them Goblin teams, all of a sudden this team looks bloody decent. 2 tackle pieces slap goblins about. So again... I agree with you with what Shod says. I think this is going to be sneaky because all the coaches. I think Durham will not take this team. Durham will not take this team at all. But the other 3 coaches.
That was my bad.
Yeah. No. But the other 3 teams, I think they will be looking how far this guy will drop, and I think this team will be picked when it suits that team again, when he's got good matchups. I think he'll go round 7, round 8, even maybe last round. But even round 9, this team could be very useful if he goes up against Goblins. I like that he's got 12 players. If I was him, I would maybe drop the Apothecary, because he need 12 players. But, I don't know. Shod could go for this. I think Arzuin might sneak this through. I don't think he likes his crazy builds, but if the matchups are right, I can see maybe Arzuin pinching this one. So I'm going to go Arzuin with a good matchup. But yeah, there we go. Right, so there's the 4 teams. What we're waiting for the tickets to be done. We can now go to the nice easy thing of going to the teams that have accepted the tickets, and we'll start with Shagrath. Now Shagrath obviously is going to be in the cross-platform cup on the 17th of September for Team Ps4. Go Team Ps4, and one of the big guns of the Champions ladder, so a lot of people know who this is. All 4 captains know who he is, I think Durham wasn't happy that he didn't name his team. I presume he hasn't, but apart from that, it's all good. What do you think of this team?
It's a pretty unique undead team. It's got a standard mummy with a guard and stand firm, and then another one with block and break tackle, which is interesting to say the least. Those skill choices, I thought he might go block guard instead, but I can see why he goes break tackle, just to surprise, just dodge out and maybe get a blitz in somewhere.
Yeah.
The 2 whites are pretty good as well. I'd like to see the extra skill on just the tackle white. So you have 2 mighty blow tackle whites or tackle guard on the white. Full ghouls, which personally I would have gone with 3, but 4's not bad. He's got a ball carrying a ghoul with block and sure hands. The wrestle tackle piece on defense, just the guy to just go in and get the ball off the ball carrier as well. And then you got 2 block guard ghouls just to slot into places you need the guard in and help get the blocks in. And then he's got 12 players with the zombies and 3 rerolls and fan factor.
Kazu said, I've just rectified Toka Skaven. Very nice of you. Cass is in form at the moment. We'll talk about Cass's team shortly. He's had some bad dice on the Xbox and the PS4, but all of a sudden he is now coming into extremely good form at the right time, especially for the cups. I like this team. I know who will go for this team. I'll obviously let everyone know in a minute. He's a great coach, so obviously I can't see this guy being hidden away going round 5, 6, something like that. I think if you're going for round 5 for Shagrath, it'll be already off the board. I'm still not. I don't know why I'm not convinced with the mummies. And only I don't know. I'm not sure. Break tackle. I'd have liked to see another guard in there somewhere. Probably I'd have probably used that white and given him guard instead if he's going to go break tackle block on the mummy. You know what? I would have rather gone break tackle dodge on that mummy. Strength 5 with built-in dodge. Maybe. I don't know. Just for something funky. 4 goals. It's interesting because I think I saw a lot of teams with only 3 goals. But again, it's Shagrath. Good coach. So it's going to be one of the more popular ones. Where do you see him going in the rounds?
I think it's going to be, I say, round 2 at least, because I think there are a couple of other good teams, like undead teams and necro teams, as we move on to in a minute, and I think those teams are slightly better, in my opinion, than Shagrath's teams. I think he might be placed slightly below some of them, but I think it's still a very good undead team overall, and Shagrath is a good coach when he's not drinking.
Yeah, that is the thing, isn't he? Just in case nobody knows, he does like to have a bit of a drink. So if he's drunk when he's playing, it can go a bit funny. I like this guy. I think personally, I mean, who do you think is going to try and get him? You're saying he's going to go second round. Who do you think is going to try and get the Shagrath here?
I think Abanon will most likely take Shagrath.
Right, okay.
But you've got the inside knowledge, so you could just immediately say I'm wrong.
No, I don't. I've spoke to the coaches, but there's not much information I've been given from the coaches. I think, probably best that way. The only thing I had down was I wasn't sure if Azwin was going to take any UC members, but I didn't want to bring that out because it's quite significant. But he's obviously coming to chat saying he doesn't want to take any UC members, so we can say it. I had this guy possibly going round 1 for the main reason it's Shagrath. And I've got him down as Azwin's pick. I think Azwin will take this guy very early off the boards. I know that he's been on about Groovy as Azwin. He's a big fan of Groovy, but I can't see him taking Groovy first round. I can see him taking Shagrath first round though. Like I say, I have no inside information. When I was looking at these teams, there's a few teams I put down. Looked at the build of what Azwin would go with. I got Shagrath being one of the big guns for the Azwin team. Azwin gets to pick 3rd in round 1, so he gets the 3rd pick and he gets the 6th pick. I expect Azwin to take him out of pick 3 or pick 6. So I think he'll go in the first 2 rounds just because it's Shagrath and he's well known. I don't think he can try and sneak this guy 3rd. I think if it's 4th round, this guy's gone by then. So yeah, I've got to go in Azwin first 2 rounds, possibly the first round. Right, now then, here's an interesting one. Which side are you on, Calcium Cass? Gone humans. It was interesting to see what he'd go with. He's decided he's doing well with humans. So there's no chaos, no chorfs, no killy teams. I must be surprised. I was thinking, is he going to go dwarfs? Is he going to go humans? But he's getting a lot of love with his human team, so he's gone there. What do you think of this team, Teddy?
Well, I'm surprised that this is the only human team in the Civil War.
Right,
but
okay.
Even then, I think it's a pretty good team. 2 tackle, mighty blow, blitzers, sorry, and then the mighty blow piling on blitzer. So he's got 3 nice pieces really built to hunt people and take them down. 2 great catches as well, block guard. So like the Gauls, you can slot them in and fit them quite well in there. Pretty sturdy thanks to AV8. Which I shouldn't have, but it is what it is. Sure, and then the throw with leader, so it helps get the extra reroll as well. And then the ogre is the front line with blocking guard, and the apothecary, and 13 players, so he can play the founding game, which we can see since he's got a dirty player as well.
Yeah, I mean, I just love the build. There's so much versatility in this team. Um, I mean, he's got his killers. He's got a tackle piece. He's got two mighty blow tackle pieces. I love that. And that's, I mean, I got slated for that in the Invitational Cup, but I do like that. And then he's got a pylon piece. That's typical Cass. I like that. So he's got three there. Then he's obviously got guard on the other blitzer. He's gone catch on the other two. But like you said, it's armor rate on these catches what makes a huge difference for humans. Um, and obviously he's got his ogre there with block and guard as well. Leader on the thrower, so he's got three rerolls that way. I just think it's a really well balanced team, and it's well protected. Now the question I'm going to ask you is this: is this a team what you think should go round one? Because the talk is, or the talk I've been saying is, I think Durham will take him round one with the first pick in the draft. Is this team good enough to go first in the full tournament, Teddy, or not?
Uh, I'll say so. Cass is a good coach. He loves playing humans, and the human teams are very versatile and they can cover a lot of. They don't really have a lot of bad matches. They're not great at anything, but they're not particularly bad at anything. So they're a great all-round pick, and I consider them a very safe pick as well. And since Cass is the only humans, and with how well-known Cass is, I think he deserves a spot and a first-round pick, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's an awkward one because it's humans. Um, will he go first round? Who? I mean, obviously he won't go to Shod. We know that for a fact. Will Bannon take him? Maybe. I think Arswin would take him. Would he take him first round? I'm not sure. But Durham has the first pick. And it's a shame because Durham didn't preview this team in his preview yesterday. He missed him, so it's hard. But I've got him going first pick because it's Durham. I think Durham
Yeah.
will pick him first round. I really do. Would I pick him first round? Probably, just because we're good mates and he's a good coach and he plays humans well. But I would take him first round because I know if I waited for second or third round, he'd probably gone off the board. So I'd have to take him first round if I wanted him. If I wanted him, I would have to take him. So yeah, I think he'll go. I think this is our first pick of the first round. There's going to be massive pressure on him though because basically Durham's going to come out and say you are the best team in the comp. That's why I'm picking you first. So yeah, I've got him going down first round. If Durham doesn't take him, I've got him going to Aswin third. So I don't think Abanon will take him for some reason. So I think Durham, or if Durham turns him down, I'd say goes third. So I'm almost certain he'll go first round. And yeah, great names as well. Love his names. They're fantastic. Bernie was starting number 2 though. Come on, man. I thought we was friends. Poor guy. But apart from that, yeah, it's a good team. Now then, here's another guy I really liked a lot of is Gimlick Swede. He's gone Necro, so automatically that goes straight up in the rankings for me. And yeah, he's Wales are different. What do you think about this team then, Ted?
I think it's I like this team. It's good, more positional focus since it's got two goals on
Yep.
the team, but it is pretty well rounded. He's got two block guard flesh golems, which is pretty standard. I like the way he's built the werewolves. At least he's got a tackle piece. Well, he's got two tackle pieces here.
Mm-hmm.
So one wolf's more built to try and take down annoying dodge pieces, or the white if the white's close enough. And then he's got an interesting white with dodge and guard, just keeps him maneuverable and pretty hard to take down. And then the sure hands block ghoul as the ball carrier is pretty nice. One cheerleader, one coach assistant is decent, and he's got 12-man bench, so if he needs to foul, he can. So I like this team. I think it's a decent team, and
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if Gimlick does very well or gets
Yeah.
picked early.
Hi to Trip in the chat and Segez. Now I'll tell you what, Segez is coming at late date to join us. He's just set his roster. Segezio, I love this guy. I remember streaming one of his playoff games, and I do apologise if you thought I was trying to be a bit rude about his playstyle. He was dwarfs, and I must admit it was one of the most funniest games I've ever seen. I'm so happy Segezio's in the Civil War because we need more players like him. I love him to bits. He brings some crazy stuff and he brings the fun. Now he's just turned around to me and said he has got his roster. So let me just pull out of this a minute. Oh, and just put his roster in. Right, okay. Oh, So hang on a minute. I'm just going to see what's your team name, Segezio, and I'll just invite it now. So we'll wait for him to put on there. But yeah, I'm really happy to say I'm gonna guess he's gonna go dwarfs. That's just my guess, because he likes to play dwarfs. It could go something different. So I'll just go back to Gimlick, and then I'll invite us. We'll go back to there. My thing about the Gimlick going Necro, I thought, oh god, he's going serious here. He wants to go Necro. I looked at this team, and my impression was, meh, meh. It's not bad. It's not great. It's meh. It's just it's a no frills Necro team. What I do like about this Necro's team, it's coached by one of the best Necro coaches we have in Gimlick. Now, this is where my captain's hat came on, because I had Cass going first round. I don't really want Gimlick going against Cass, because I think Cass has numbers on him. So if say, for instance, I don't know, someone's picked Cass first round, who's my pick, I think I would try and sneak Gimlick in the second round. I don't want him matching up with Cass for some reason. He's probably going to tell me off now, is Gimlick. It's a no-frills team. It's got 3 guard. It's got the golems are great. White guard, yeah. I didn't really have much to say about this. I didn't like the 2 rerolls. That's what really put me off about this team. Really, 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 really made me question whether to take Gimlick. Was the 2 rerolls. I don't know why, but anyone who knows me knows I hate teams with 2 rerolls unless they have a leader. I don't know. Where do you think he'll go? Who do you think will take him?
I reckon he'll go. I could see him go second round as well,
Yep.
like Shagrath. And I think Arzo will probably take him.
Yeah. A bit of admin love, do you think? Because they're both admins. I can see that. I can see both. Yeah.
Admin love, Necro, kind of like Nurgle. They both start with N.
Yeah. I when I looked at who would take him, this was really hard. Because I had him down as a Narnia, because I think a Narnia is a lot of respect for Gimlick, and he likes Necro, and obviously he's just playing Necro at the moment. So I had him going to a Narnia. I like Gimlick. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there you go. He's just put it in chat. Perfect timing. I had him going down to a Narnia. Now, this was where it was interesting, because I thought a Narnia could, if any coach was going to take Gimlick first round, I thought it'd be Narnia. And Narnia gets the second pick of the round as well. So I had Cass going to Duran. I had a Narnia. Narnia had a few in there. The one what puts me off about a Narnia was bloody Dungeon Master putting bloody Abandon's Avengers. That really threw me. But I had him going, oh god, second, third round, and I had him going to Bannon. But it wouldn't surprise me if Shod or Arswain or Duran took him, because obviously Gimlick's a very good coach. Could you? I mean, I think second, third round is probably better for this. I probably wouldn't take Gimlick because of the 2 team rerolls. Sorry, Gim, I just don't like it. If I took Gim, personally, I'd probably go 4th round, but bad, then he's probably gone. So sadly, Gim wouldn't make my team because he's too good of a coach to go 4th round. So I'd say second, third. But hey, it's just because of the 2 team rerolls, to be fair. But hey, let me just go on to the next team, because I've just realised I've got my PC open, so I can have a look, see what the team name of Segezio's team is. This is an interesting one, the next one. Duran didn't have much to say about this team. Maidens of Malevolence, so male villains. Maybe couldn't spell violence, I don't know. And it's good to see Amazons. I was really happy. And to be fair to this guy, I think I can't remember what he was going to go another race. And then he said either that race or Amazons, and said, well, I'd rather go Amazons because we haven't got any. It'd be great to have an Amazon team in there. So much respect to him to go Amazons. It's great to have them in there. It is a crazy build. I'll let you speak first, Ted. What do you think of this team?
Well, yeah, it's an Amazon team that's going to try and play the passing game. He's got a dump off thrower. He's got 2 nerves of steel catches with leap. No mighty blow, but he's got tackle and stand firm. A unique blitzer with dive and tackle stand firm, so it's just really going to be an annoying roadblock. Guard on a line woman, which I think should have been gone on a blitzer, but that's just me. And then he's got another throw with block sure hands for just make it reliable. 3 rerolls and Apothecary to 13 players. It's pretty good Amazon team, but very weird skill choices. I don't think it's going to work out in his favour.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, as he said to me, he's just having a bit of fun. So I get two leaping catches going all over the place, never seal. It's interesting. I don't know what else to say about this. I can't wait to see this team in action. I really can't, because it's not built the way I would build Amazon. Now, I'm not the best Amazon coach anyway, but leap nerves of steel on the catches is interesting. But then, really, the thrower should. I know why he's gone blocks. He wants to protect his throw, and he's gone dump off. So I'm guessing what he's going to do, and this is what Duran didn't pick up on, because Duran was thinking, oh, well, he can't throw into traffic because obviously he hasn't got accurate and he hasn't got safe throw. What I think he's going to do, and I apologise to Dwarf because I might be giving away his game plan here, I think he's probably going to have some sort of screen or cage, and if someone gets to the thrower, he's going to dump off to a Nerves of Steel catcher, who then will leap over the defence and take it to the end zone and show what a brilliant coach Dwarf Giant is. The master plan works. Wouldn't work on me, but that's what I think he's trying to do. The problem he's got very little guard, and interesting stand firm on the blitzers. I'm not saying I don't like it. I think maybe that blitzer with tackle stand firm would have been probably better with diving tackle or guard or something like that. He hasn't got anything there what's going to give him any sort of. He hasn't got a killer, has he? That's an issue. But the crafty thing with this is, I think this will go right down the maybe round 8, round 9. I don't think many teams will want to catch this team high up. But if he does go round 8, round 9 with all that dodge and bludge, he's going to be hitting probably the goblins and teams like that. So again, people have said, oh, well, don't like this team, but this team in the right round would be dangerous. And it's going to be fun. He's gone for fun. You cannot have a go at people going for fun in this sort of thing. I get what he's doing. I've always appreciated things like the Civil War, people trying to think outside the box. And this is the sort of competitions you want to try a Nerves of Steel Leaper. I know exactly what he's trying to do with this team. Yes, it's not built. If this was Sea Ladder, yes, we would rip into it. Yes, I agree. But it's not the Sea Ladder, it's the Civil War, and I congratulate him for going the way he does. I don't know who this guy's got to go to. Who do you think will take the ladies?
I think the lovely ladies will be going over to down Anania's way.
Oh, I know what? I thought you were going to say Shod, because you said Shod likes the funky builds. I made an Amazon team when considering my choices. It did not look like this. Yeah, I don't know who this is going to go to. I don't know. Duran will try and dodge this, as he's already said. I don't know. You wouldn't really. You see, Trip thinks this sounds like an Arzawan kind of pick, but I think it isn't, because it depends how Arzawan sees this competition. If he sees this just for the lols, he may go for it. I think this has got Shod written all over it. I do, honestly. So I'm going to go Shod round 9. Or best round 8. If he goes in his best 7 rounds, I'll be surprised. Now then, I have got the information of Segezio's team. So he's going to go blue while I invite him to. Oh, sorry, I have to send him a ticket, don't I? So spare me one moment, guys, and I'll get that done. If I go to here, in fact, you'll all see it anyway. Now then, Segezio hasn't gone dwarfs, but he has gone another very nice. Members. No, he's not a member. There we go. There they are. He's going Orcs. Cocaine. So we will have a look at that team shortly and have a look. So 31 teams are registered now. So somebody else has accepted their ticket. I don't know who it is. Oh, it's the Necro who's gone. Yeah, he's some Orcs. Yes, we'll have a look. Let's have a look at them Orcs now, shall we? Because otherwise I'll forget. Where is it? There we go. Let's have a look at this. So, okay. So, Segezio, love the way this guy plays. So, he's not gone dwarfs. He's gone orcs. I love orcs. And I really, really like the 6 guard. I love the troll. I like the thrower. I like he's got 2 kill pieces. One with tackle, one with piling on. 12 players. 3 rerolls. Not the apothecary. That's the other thing. But again, he's going to have to... cut something out, and he's believing AV9. So the apothecary, I get why he's not took that. I really like this team. I do, but I love Orcs. What do you think, Ted? That's a lot of guard. Maybe the most guard in the comp.
Yeah, it's a pretty, I'd say a standard Orc team that I would have built. Just a lot of guard.
Yep.
I would have maybe swapped one guard on the Blitzer for Mighty Blow instead.
Mhm.
Because you've got enough. I think you've got enough guard. I don't think you need to overkill it a little bit. Uh, he's got a bench as well, 12 players, which isn't bad as well. Just something else to point out. 3 rerolls, but yeah, I think the only thing I'd like to nitpick is swap a guard for a Mighty Blow and a Blitzer. But other than that, I like how it is.
Yeah, maybe he's gone for the mobile on the Blitz. I love this team. I think it's one of the best rosters in the comp. If I'm looking at on a serious thing, the only concern I've always had with Seg is protecting the ball. I've seen a lot of his games where he doesn't protect the ball very well, but that's on the limited thing I've seen. Apart from that, he knows how to score. He knows how to beat people up. He's good on defense. I really like this team. I fall in love with this team. I like the guard. I don't have a problem he's got 2 guarded blitzers because that basically means he's got 2 we can go with a guard. I like it. I mean, Trip says it perfect. I like it. It does what Orcs do well, and that's graduating. He's got the guard. I would have liked to see. Well, would I've liked to see guard on the troll? But then again, what do you take off? Because you don't really want to take the guard off the Black Hawk. So yeah, I like it. Oh God, where would I put this team? I think this will go well. I think all 4 coaches will be interested in this. I think Duran will love this team. He loves his Orcs. I was a big fan of Orcs, and Annie said, yeah, like I think this team could go quite well. I mean, where would you see this go, and who do you think will grab this team?
I think Duran would take this round 3.
You think he'll go round 3? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he likes Orcs.
Yeah.
It's a very solid team, and Duran's probably gonna like it a lot. So I just thought Duran's gonna want to pick it up.
Can you see Duran taking this first round?
No.
No. I've got a sneaky feeling.
He might, but
he likes his Orcs, though, doesn't
it.
he? He loves his Orcs. And this
Yeah,
is a
but
bloody good Orc team. And Sega
Yeah, but does he like? Yeah, but does he like Orcs or does he like Kalsu Cass? That'll be the question.
That is a very good question. I think this will go high. I think this could go in the first 2 rounds. Yeah, but the thing is, there may be some claw in the first round, but you know what? He's got so much guard. It doesn't matter. He's got 6 guard, strength 1, strength 5, 4, strength 4. As long as he gets his guard in the right way. If I was doing, I want and take this in a round with the 4th pick where there is no claw. I think this will go first round. I'm saying it. I think this could go first round because he's a good coach, but the team is awesome. The team is awesome. So you've got a good coach with a great team. This team is built like how we build this team. I like it. I think if this has not gone in the first 2 rounds, then there's something seriously wrong. Cassie is coming into. Oh, he's coming to chat and throw some things as well. Just give me a sec. Cassie wants to come in. We can't say no to Cass. I'm sure he'll upset some people where we won't. There we go. His invite's been sent. We'll see what he thinks about this. I'll be honest. If I'm captain, this goes first 2 rounds. I tell you where I would like to be in the draft order. I'd like to be who's got the 4th pick? Is it Shot? Who's got 4th pick? Is it Shot? Shot's got 4th and 5th pick, hasn't he?
Hello.
Hey, now then, buddy. We're just
Hi there.
having a look at this wonderful, or we think wonderful, Orc team of Segezia, Orcocane. We're just discussing where we would put it. I think this team could basically go first round because we know Duran. I've got Duran taking Carlson Cass, but Duran also like Orcs. And Teddy's just said, Cass, does Duran like Orcs more than Calcium Cass? That is the question.
I think so, yeah. I think he does.
yeah. But Spawn has said the same. Nothing flashy, just a solid build team. Can Shod pick Cass? Shod can pick Cass, but he will not pick Cass. We know. I'm not going to go into that because obviously we've got Cass here as well. Obviously, these two don't like each other. If Shod picks Cass, I would just walk away because it just ain't going to happen. We know that. We know both teams are going to pick that. So that, no, it won't happen. But yes, he could if he wanted to, but it's not going to happen. I love this team. I mean, Shaq Ezio is a crazy motherfucker. I love the coach, the way he plays. It's just a shame there's no chainsaw in there. But he's a good coach, and he's made the playoffs. He knows how to play Bash, what's always very good. I love it. I love this team. I'm sorry, if it was me, he would be going in the first 2 rounds. If it was my choice between this and Cass, obviously I'm going to take Cass because I love Cass. But I would be trying to pinch this guy's second round, definitely.
Bless you. I think I'd take this team over myself, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, but I'm never good. I would never be a good captain. I'd be like, I want my friends with me. I'd be no good as a team captain. I'd be honest. I'd be like, come on, Cass. I'd get all my friends with me so we could have a complete laugh. But yeah, I like this. I like him. Aswin will take this team if Durham. I don't know. I think they'll all want this team. I can see him going first round. I'm sorry. I think if this goes down to Shod at pick 4 in the first round, where he'll get him either with his first pick or with his second pick, this guy goes off the board in the first 2 rounds. If he doesn't, oh my God, he's going to be a great deal in round 3 for somebody. But well played, Segezio. This is my favourite one so far. It's built like an Oak team should be built. I'll take. I mean, Cass, who do you think will take him out the 4? Who do you think he'll try? Oh, dude says trash. How dare you say trash? How dare you come on there and say trash? Don't give me that.
I actually, do you know what? I wouldn't. I could see Duran taking this team because Duran is the best Orc player in the world, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I think he'd like this team a lot. Arzo as well. I think I agree with you. Do you know what? I actually think all the captains will have an eye on this team, and I think the captains have probably already decided who they're going to take first round. But this would be a first pick if it doesn't make if it makes it out of the first round draft. This would be a first pick in the second round all day, wouldn't it? It's a really solid team, loads of guard. Orcs bring strength and armor to the table. He's got mighty blow tackle, mighty blow piling on, block on the troll. What's not to like about this team? It's a really nice team.
I loved it. Let's play devil's. I'll play devil's advocate here because hey, why not? I wouldn't say, and I mean this in the greatest respect to Segezio, but I don't think he's in the top tier of coaches like a Teddy Tom, Calcium Cast, Segel, Arzawin, Gimlick. Although he's probably beat us all, or beat most of us before. I mean, will that? I mean, we're gonna have a look at Segel's build soon as well, and people have said no, he doesn't really like the Segel's build, but it's going to come to the point where do you take the class of the coach or do you take the better roster? I think that's what you got to weigh up. I still think Segezio is good enough to get some wins for me in this. But would you be confident Segezio taking on the likes of Calcium Cass or a Segel in the first round? That's basically what I'm trying to ask, but I took a long way around it.
I think this team itself is a big equalizer, isn't it? I've never heard of this guy, so I don't know. I can't really comment on whether he's good or bad. I certainly haven't come across him myself. But I trust your judgment, and I think the captains will be picking coaches based on their overall skill as opposed to the teams they bring to the table. It's going to be a bit of a toss-up. As ever, this team's going to suffer in the face of Claw Mighty Blow, isn't it? That's the only downfall of any, any sort of bash-based team that hasn't got access to Claw Mighty Blow. It's going to suffer in the face of it. Put this up against the myriad of Necro or Chorf teams in the Civil War, and I think this team's going to struggle. But we'll have to wait and see. I've been keeping a sort of eye on. I've been keeping an eye on your stream while I was just playing my game, and I think this is probably one of my favourite teams I've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean, I would disagree slightly if he runs into the Chorfs and that, because I've seen the Chorf teams and they haven't got tons of guard, and I think if he positions the guard well here, then it can get around that. I mean, would you enjoy playing this team with your humans? I mean, you've got very nice guard.
Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I absolutely would. This would be. Do you know what? I don't know if there's a good draw for my humans, to be honest, in this Civil War. I've gone humans basically because I play humans well. Arguably, I play humans better than I play chaos and dwarfs and elves when I do occasionally play elves. But I wanted to play a team to have fun with. I
Yeah,
don't view this as quite as. Don't get me wrong, I'm playing to win. I never
yeah,
play to lose. I'm a
yeah,
competitive guy, as you know. But I'm not playing this to go balls out and destroy. It's res anyway. So what's the point in trying to play to destroy other people's teams
yeah,
other
yeah,
than sort of stroking yourself? But yeah, this would be a horrendous draw for me. I think I would much rather play a slower team like Chorf,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
or a necro team with bad players as opposed to the werewolves and the whites and the flesh golems. This would be one of the worst case scenarios for me. But it depends how well he plays the guard, doesn't it? I can play around
yeah,
guard,
yeah,
and good coaches like yourself, like Teddy, like Durran, we know how to use guard, but we also
yeah,
know how to play around guard. So it depends. Again, this guy's a bit of an X factor when it comes to, certainly for me, his skill level. But
yeah.
we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, he's quite a. He reminds me of a Shot, is what he reminds me of. When Shot first came onto the scene, Shot played at a very good level, but he always gave you the chance, so he'd always overcommit, or he'd give you a gap, and you could exploit, and Shot's learned from that, and he's made himself into a lot of better coaching. He is an ex-champion. The problem with, and I say this with great respect, the only issue I have with Seghezia, he always seems to give you a chance on the ball. Now, he may have rectified that problem. I don't take many notes on coaches, but the only note I have got on Seghezia is he'll always give you a crack at the ball. And I remember him in the playoffs where he really should have, I think, beat Gimlick. But he gave basically a gap where the Titanic could have sailed through to hit the ball carrier. And he lost that game. And that's the only issue I've got with him, because he can certainly bash, and he certainly will kick the crap out of a lot of teams. That would be the only concern I'd have. But again, everybody gets better as the more they play. And I think, like you said, the team is built well. And with all that guard and all that, I think he'll protect the team well enough. And having the extra player as well is great. I just love the team. If Durran doesn't take, I mean, I think Durran might take this first round. I'd be disappointed if he doesn't, if I'm being brutally honest, because Durran goes on about how much he loves Orcs. I mean, I don't know if Durran rates Seghezia, but as Tripp said, he has played. What can I say? I lost my thing. I'll just see what Tripp said there. Shots played Khemri. Come on. Throw me off my thing there, but I don't know. It depends what Durran thinks. Does he think Calcium Cass, or does he think Orcs? Yeah, all right. I know we're going on. I'll change it now. All
It's
right.
a little bit, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? I just was sad that we had no Orcs. And...
To be fair, I did say, didn't I? As much as I've bigged up this team, I did say that I think it's going to suffer in the face of Claw Mighty Blow, and I stand by that. I know the guys bring in the Necro and the Chorf teams to the table. They will know how to play around guard. They will hit, especially with werewolves. You'll hit and run, and if they do damage, then that team's going to struggle. But I guess that applies to every team. But
Yeah.
with Durran picking this team, if Durran picks his team first, then I've already messaged Durran saying, look, I'm not expecting you to pick me first. And Durran messaged back said, is that code for if you don't pick me first, I'll kill you? And I'm like, if Durran doesn't pick me first, I'm still, Durran's still one of my sort of closest Blood Bowl brothers, but there will be a tear rolling down my cheek. What can I say?
To me, if it was me, I would be saying, Durran, for the love of God, do not pick me first round. If I was you, I'd be like, nah, I don't want the first pick. I would not want the pressure of being picked first. I'd be like, you're all right. Pick me about round 3, 4, and we were all right. I'd be threatening him not to pick me first round. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Being part of it is, for me, being part of this. I think it's an amazing format. I think it's going to work really well. I've got really high hopes for it. So just being a part of this is the main
It's
thing.
going to be a lot of fun, and that's all it's about, isn't it? It's just the fun, and we've seen some funny builds. But yeah, we will speed them on Spawn of Cthulhu. I mean, we'll try and get through these few very quickly. Look who it is! It's Spawn of Cthulhu. Civil Disobedience. Dark Elf team. Now I think Durran was like, I don't think he. Oh, yeah, that was it. Durran didn't like the Witch Elf, if I remember correctly. Miss Mayhem, number 7. Because obviously he's gone for strip ball, but he's gone for block. Now, Spawn is in chat, so if you'd like to tell us why you went for block instead of wrestle, that'd be great. I'll go to Teddy first because it's been quite for a while, bless him. What do you think of this team?
Right.
What
I'm
do you
just
think of this team?
engrossed in your orgasmic behaviour of your orcs.
I love orcs. I love orcs. Everyone knows I love orcs. But what do you think about this team? The Dark Elves, completely different to the orcs.
It's pretty decent. It's got a wrestle tackle lineman, 2 blodge guard blitzers, which is very nice, and then a killer blitzer with tackle and mighty blow. Witch Elf is pretty good. I'd rather go block tackle or wrestle strip ball. For the witch, I think that's the least valuable witch elf in terms of skills that I would take. And he's got a leader, block, runner, which isn't bad. Gets 3 rerolls out of it. So yeah, it's a pretty good team, and Sporter Blue likes Dark Elves, so it should be a fun team, and it should do well.
What round and who do you think will take him?
I reckon he'll go round 5, and he'll go to Arzawayne.
Ooh, okay. Cass, what do you think about this team?
Fucking hell, yeah. Do you know what, right? Sporter Cthulhu is going to be that little fat kid that gets picked last because no one else wants him. That's what's going to happen here, okay? So he's going to be like the end of round 5, okay? Do you know what? I want to like this build, but I just don't. For a start, block on the runner. You know, I just think that skill would be better off on a lino or, you know, somewhere else. I don't like strip ball. I'd rather see strip ball on a blitzer as opposed to witch elf. You know, basically you're just loading up skills on 2 armor 7 pieces, and I just think that's a mistake. I think it's going to get Mighty. I think he's going to regret that when Mighty Blow comes to visit him. So yeah, I don't get me wrong. I don't hate the team, and you know, all banter aside, I just feel that this team could have been a little bit better. But again, it's personal opinion, isn't it? So
right. So there's going to be. I think there's 9 rounds. So there's not 5 rounds. There's 9 rounds. So obviously, first one being the highest, 9th being the lowest. Where would you think he would go, and who do you think will take him out the 4 coaches?
It's a good question. I think Durham will steer clear of this. I think Durham will have none of this team. I can't see Durham picking this team for a second. The only way Durham picks his team is if it's the only one left and he's the last pick. But I got a feeling Arzo may plump for this team, to be honest.
Arzo.
Yeah. Well, Arzo, although he's known as a bash coach, he's run this season with Dark Elves, so he might see something in this that I'm not. I'm giving my opinion on this team build, and you know, Christ, like I'm in a position to call Elf Ball. You know, but yeah, I think maybe Arzo would go for this, but certainly not first 2-3 rounds. Around 4, you know, again, all banter aside, sort of round 4 onwards. I certainly don't think this is one of the strongest builds I've seen in this, in this format.
Fair enough. Right, okay, so Spotter Contula is very famous because he's called Legendary. He's the legend in the MML, so, and the home of the YOLO. What he does some crazy plays. It's interesting because he's a very good coach. I've known him for a long time. He is one of the top coaches in the MML. I agree with the Witch Elf. I'm sorry. I appreciate what Spawn saying he's doing against Stormtom, but to me it feels like a half measure. You either go wrestle strip or you don't at all. I don't like the runner. He's gone for leader. I get that. I don't. Again, block. Are you? To me, if he's getting hit, I'm dumping that ball off straight away. I'd have rather gone nerves of steel than block if I had to give a runner second skill. But like you said, I'm not a big fan of the runner. The only reason I take a runner is for the leader. That was the only reason I take that. Guardo was nice. Obviously, Larry Lute and Ricky Riot. I love the names. And he's got himself a killer, Pete Protest, so I like that. I like the name of the team. I love all about that. It's Dark Elves. I never get excited with Dark Elves, regardless of who plays them. But they are very, very good. He's a good coach. He'll know what to do. I don't dislike it. I wouldn't go crazy over it. I think I'm more excited about the coach than the team. I would say this going round 4 and 5. And again, this has Arzuin written all over it for me. It's the sort of pick as when go, oh, good coach, decent team, yeah, I'll get him. I would say it'd probably go round 4 or 5, but I'm going to go round 6. Round 6 to ours, I'll write down. That's where I think it'll go. But yeah, my main thing about this team is I don't like the strip ball block, which I agree with Duran and yourselves, guys. MML Training Ground is the name of the stadium. So yeah, I still think he'll do well. Right, Rotten and Repulsive, Laser Trip. Now, Laser Trip usually plays lizards. I don't think he's ever played Undead, or he hasn't played as much, but he says he enjoys them, so who knows. We'll come to Cass first. We'll let you have first shot at this one, and see what you think.
Yeah, no, I don't like this team at all. I'm sorry. Do you know what? It's Undead. I don't like Undead as a race. I got no problem with them fluff-wise. I think they fit the Blood Bowl fluff-wise perfectly,
Yep.
but I just don't like them. It will be a cold day in hell before I run with them with any regularity. Yeah, you know, your 2 whites are tooled up. Mighty Blow tackle, Mighty Blow and a pom. That's fine. Not enough guard, maybe. I would have liked to have seen a guard on a ghoul. Yeah, strip ball wrestle on a ghoul, I get. Sure hands, I get. And he's burnt 2 doubles on mummies with block, I get. I say I get that. I think they're wasted. A good player's going to steer clear of the mummies. The mummies have got a couple of good turns in them. And then if you're a mobile team, you're just going to stay away from the mummies, aren't they? So I think that's 2 wasted skills there, you know? That could have been a guard on a ghoul, or it could have been maybe a zombie dirty player. You know, I would have loved to have seen a zombie dirty player here. So yeah, I'm not in love with this team, to be honest.
Okay. What sort of round do you think he'll go, and who do you think will take him?
It's going to be a late rounds team, isn't it? I think most experienced coaches, they may differ with me, but I think most people will look at this team and think, yeah, it's okay. It's not. Do you know what? This is the type of team, Bernie, that doesn't leap off the page at you. You know, the Orc team leapt off the page somewhat, didn't it? You know, it was like, holy shit, look at that.
Yeah.
You know, this team is functional. It's okay, but there's nothing amazing about it. I actually think Undead aren't great for this kind of format, for this kind of build. Right. But, you know, it's not a bad team. Yeah, not excited.
So, round and coach. Who do you think is going to end up with this team?
It'll be one of the later rounds.
Yep. So Duran,
sorry,
Arzo,
the coaches, Duran, Arzo,
a Shod, and a Bannon.
I don't know really. I think this is going to be one of those teams where coaches take if there's no other better options.
Right.
Abaddon, late rounds.
Right,
I think we'll go for this team.
Good stuff. Right, Teddy. Cass says, don't think these undead are good for the this sort of tournament. I think you was one of those saying that you thought it was one of the strongest for this type of tournament.
Yeah, that is correct.
So already we got. So tell Cass why he's wrong. Do you like this team?
It's how I would have built undead, but of course there's a few skill choices which are pretty weird, such as diving tackle on the ghoul, piling on a white. I would have, and a guard on a zombie. I would have swapped the guard and put it on the ghoul, and then I would have found a way to get a skeleton instead of a zombie. Give that dirty player. But other than that, it's just a normal undead team. I think it's going to go late round. I'd say round 7.
Right.
But
Okay.
I think even at a later round, it's going to be one of those solid picks down there.
Right. So who are you going to think he'll go to then? Which of the coaches you think he'll end up?
I think a Bannon will probably take this team as late round, just a nice undead team, and it's pretty decent for what it can get done. And Laser's a decent coach with undead. Well, he doesn't play lizards; he plays undead a lot instead.
Oh, does he now?
So,
Oh, right, okay. Because I've always known him as a lizard player.
He always plays lizards, but when he's not playing lizards, he usually tends to go undead.
Oh, well.
So.
Right, so he knows what he's doing with them then. You see, to me, when I look at this team, because I know Laser and the way he plays, it doesn't surprise me that he's got 4 Mighty Blow, piling on pieces galore. Projector's made a good point. He'd have ditched diving tackle, put Gal on, and probably done a dare play. I think, to be fair, I think I would have agreed with you on Projecki. I look at this guy as one of them sleeping giants because I know he's a very good coach, and I think with the right matchup, he would certainly be a team I would be looking at if I was captain. I would be looking anything from the 5th to the 6th, 7th round. If he's still there, the 8th round, I would take him straight away. So yeah, he's a very good coach, and if he's still there round 6, I would certainly be tempted with this guy. But obviously, there is a few undead. Some people might prefer Shagrath's build, but again, I think Shagrath will go quite high up, as I've said. But yeah, I think about the 6th round. Who will take him? I don't really know. I'm in the same boat as you guys. I'll go with Azo because hey, why not? I'll go with Azo taking him. I think he'll probably see a bit of value in him if it's that low down. Right then. Oh, here we go. It's Teddy's team. Oh, now then, this team got roasted by Duran. Duran did not pull any punches, and it's going to be Cass who's got a preview of this team. Cass, what do you think of this team?
Right, I would like to start with a disclaimer. I think the world of Teddy Tom. I think he's one of the best coaches on the PS4, and I've got nothing but respect for the guy. Okay, however, fucking budgie smuggling, speedo wearing, glass cannon, fucking Norse. Honestly, do you know what? Where do you start? This Norse are one bad turn away from oblivion, aren't they? And you've got to be a special kind of sadomasochist to play Norse at the best of times, let alone in this kind of format. I guess the only thing that goes from in this format is the fact it's resurrection, and they're essentially immortal. The build itself, loads of Mighty Blow. 5 Mighty Blow pieces. Straight away, other than the Mighty Blow, what leaps out at me is lack of mends. If you're going to play Norse, you really need a deep bench, don't you? Because you are going to get smashed. Your armor 7 is going to fail. And also lack of guard. I think that's going to cost Teddy badly against any bash team. You know, Yetis, ironically, I've played a lot of Norse over the last couple of days with my dwarfs, and do you know what? Yetis have been as much use as a chocolate frying pan or a fart in an astronaut suit. They've been worthless, fucking worthless. So, block Mighty Blow, I absolutely get on the Yeti. They're the right skills to pick for it. But if you're basing your game around a big guy being your heavy hitter, then do you know what? You're rolling the dice, and more so than you probably need to. I want to like this team, but then Teddy plays, and actually Teddy plays really aggressively as well, doesn't he? So he's going to throw these Norse at his opponent. Do you know what? Songs will be sung around campfires for 1,000 years about Teddy's futile run in the Civil War. So with his brave Norse, it's going to be like fucking 300 or something, isn't it? Tomorrow we dine in hell. So saying that, it's Teddy Tom. I think this will be a round 3 or 4 pick,
right? And
I can see someone like Shod going for this team.
Shod. I tell you what's interesting. When I was asking people about where they think coaches go, most people said Teddy would go. This was before the rosters came out. Everyone had Teddy going first round. Now all of a sudden Teddy's come out with this team, and all of a sudden it's like people have just distanced themselves very quickly from Teddy Tom. It's like, but it's fun. It's interesting though, because I look at the psychological aspect. Everyone knows Teddy's a great coach, and it's basically Teddy's like saying to people, look, you've said I'm a great coach. I'm a good coach. Now back me and trust in me that I've got the team to make sure I get the wins. Will people do that? I don't know. I personally look at this team. Calcium Cast, ironically, is the Yeti. Gotta like that.
He's gonna be amazing then. That's it. Best Yeti ever.
See, so that's a great thing. Put Cast as a complete carnage. I love that. He's gone for a lot of Mighty Blow. I like that. He knows that's what they do. But I also know that 11 players. You've got balls of steel going with 11 players. When I did my fun Norse ones, when I was looking at all the builds, I couldn't put the Yeti in the team. It made it too unbalanced. And the thing is, you've got other people what can do a good job. Because the thing is, if that Yeti doesn't have claw, you're not taking that. It's because he's got claw and he's got mighty blow block, and yeah, when it works, it could do really well. The problem is, you have other people who can do it. Like you got two Ulfwereners, and to me, the ones what should have been told it was the Berserkers. I would have probably gone Mighty Blow, probably piling on, and not took the Yeti. I'd then have a DP, and I'd have had a bigger bench. But on the other hand,
you're absolutely right, Bernie. Why aren't you giving piling onto jump up players? That is a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I think that's a mistake in the build, but it's piling on and jump up just work magically together, don't they? I think that's a bit of a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, I suppose it would. Obviously, we'll have about Ted in a minute. Obviously, he's gone tackle because I think a lot of people were worried about like Wood Elves and that, and there's only one Wood Elf team in the competition, so there's not many agility teams. So tackle will still be useful, but not as useful as we'd expect. I think, like a lot of people said, I think it was Shod who said Teddy really needs to win the coin toss. He has got the tools to do some damage. Look at that. That is 5 mighty blow pieces. And I like that his 2 guard pieces are mobile. And they're both runners, so they're both movement 7. They both got dodge. I like that a lot. Serious Jester's a lineman with show hands. Yeah, okay, yeah, I suppose. Would you prefer a runner with show hands? I don't know. But Teddy, you're with us. Tell us what your thought process was with this team, because I've been getting a bit of stick. I don't think it's as bad as what people are saying at all. I get what he was trying to do, but tell them why you're right and they're wrong.
Well, simply put, I'm throwing caution to the wind. I want to play Norse because I want to bash people up, and I thought I have some tackle just because, of course, I would take piling on, but the fact that I need tackle because it's not just Wood Elves, it's also undead that have ghouls that don't have regen and have dodge. Yep. There's also Dark Elves around and Skaven teams. It's not just Wood Elves, there's a lot of other teams that have dodge. Yep. And sure, Frenzy is a poor man's tackle, but I'd rather have tackle. I don't want to be poor, I want to be rich.
Yeah. Good point.
Of course, and with the Wolves, I could have gone guard as well. I'd have more guard, but I thought, nah, I don't want to be 2 guard because it's Norse. They're gonna eventually get killed. So you might as well just kill them first before they kill me.
Yeah,
it's the thought process.
The thing is,
if they all die, it's res, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the thing is, obviously Durin has said it, and Cast to a certain degree as well. But what I try to remember is this is a civil war, so we want carnage. I think a lot of the time the best matches you get is when there's complete carnage or crazy shit going on. And we're going to see that with this team. So I don't mind this team. I think what it basically has done is stopped you from going the first round. But to me, that's smart because you don't want to be playing the Sergals and the Casters in the first round. You want to be getting a few easy games in there. I still think I don't know where will this team go. I tell you what I put on my sheet: Teddy Tom, Norse ? Where do you put him? I don't know where you put him because the coach can play. He just made money with halflings, for God's sake. I tell you what, if you had more players, I would trust in your judgment. I think 11 players, and you're in trouble. I think you'll go 3rd, 4th round. Who will take you? Arzawain will take you because Arzawain feels like he wants to do some crazy shit, and Arzawain loves Teddy, and I think he'll go there personally.
And I'm not UC. That's another thing. I'm not UC.
Yeah, and I think Arzawain wants killer teams. So he's already come out and said he wants Groovy. He wanted Cass as well. Will he get Cass though? Because Durham may take Cass. But I think if Durham doesn't, Arzawain will take Cass first round. Although Cass has gone human, so he may not. I don't know. But we'll see. But I still like this team. I'm glad you've gone for the kill route because it's a bit different to the other Norse teams. And I think you'll do well. And like I say, if the dice are good. Great. And the interesting thing is now is we're going to go and see Trippers' team, who is Norse. I am a big fan of when Tripp plays Norse, and we'll see which one Cass thinks is better. So we'll start with Cass first. This is another obviously team. It's another Norse team. Which one do you prefer? Do you like this team? Do you not like it? And it's Trippers as well. Good old Tripp.
Right. Okay. Again, Think the world of Trip. Whenever I start a conversation with, I really like this guy,
Yeah,
there's
it's
always a
never
massive,
good. Yeah,
amendment to it.
Yeah.
No, actually, in a nutshell, I prefer this team. The only thing I don't like about this team is zero tackle. He's really gone balls out bash. Tripperis is relying on rolling sixes on block dice, which is fine, isn't it? You are going to roll sixes. You just got to roll sixes at the right time.
Yeah.
The piling on with the Berserkers, perfect. Not so keen on the Mighty Blow on the Ulfwerners. I consider them support pieces, not attack pieces. Your attack players are your Berserkers and your Yeti. I would prefer to see guard on the Ulfwerners.
Yeah.
So that because they're movement 6, so they're pretty mobile. So and they can get into positions with frenzy as well. And then what that would have done was enabled him to maybe put a tackle onto a normal lino. I think this team is going to really regret not taking tackle, isn't it? It really is. Yeah, and other than that, do you know what? Now I've analysed it, I don't know if I actually do prefer this team to Teddy's. I think they're both shit. I'm honest. Well, I say that. I say that in the nicest way. Do you know what I mean? They're going to be great fun. I actually, when you were chatting to Teddy a few seconds ago, I'm thinking to myself, I so want to call Teddy's games because they're going to be fucking hilarious, one way or the other.
That's the point.
It's going to be carnage, isn't it? And that is the point. So I say shit with my tongue firmly in my cheek, and do you know what? Tripperis can play. We know he can play Norse, the same as Teddy Tom. You give Teddy a bag of shit and he'll probably make a fucking cake out of it. So I do like I do like that. And I've just drawn circles dwarfs with my fucking chaos.
Wow.
Get in. Sorry, I'm going off kilter. Fucking. I'm gonna fucking murder him. Right, anyway. Yeah, he thought I was chatting here, right? Yeah, fucking game on, you bitch.
Go. He's got it. There you go. I don't know.
Anyway, I'll carry on. I'll carry on here. I can multitask.
Oh, he's multitasking. That's it. Setting up. I can do both, mate. But that's cool. We'll get to find out what. Because your dwarfs have a chance to get through as well.
Yeah, I knew he had to spin because I was one game away from overtaking him, so he had to spin.
So he casts into you, but he knows what he's doing. Good call, like that. So yeah. Where do you think this guy? Where do you think Trip will go in the round? And
I think Trip will go above Teddy Tom. I can see this team going third round, possibly second, but certainly third round. And Abaddon, I think, would probably go for this team. Yeah. I think Abaddon would have a lot of love for this team. So, yeah.
Yeah. Teddy, obviously, you're Norse, he's Norse. What do you think of this team? A lot of people have said this team's better than yours, so it's about time you tell us why it's not. If he's still there, he's not there. I'll take over. I think he's been shot.
Oh, I hope I haven't upset him.
I hope not. I will go on. I will go on with this. He may have just been stuck in an elevator or something. I don't know. I like Trip as a player, especially when he plays Norse. The problem I've got when I looked at what round he would go, the problem is which coach could take him in the team, because obviously Trip is very like myself, but he never shuts up. And it's like the harmony of the team was the problem I had with him. Which coach would be best suited to handle him? Probably Arzawain. I like this in the way that obviously he's got a lot of mighty blow. He's got piling on. I like that. It's a poor man's tackle, and I get that. He's got friends. He's going to get 2 cracks at it. And every time I've seen Trip play before, he causes absolute carnage. So, I like this a lot. I like this team a lot. Again, only 2 guard, but, it is what it is. He's got a dirty player. He's got top players. He's got the extra player. 2 team rerolls, but he's got leader on the thrower. It's a well-developed team. Yeah, I like it. I just like it. And it's a proper Trip build. Where will it go in the round is an interesting one, because Oh, I can see. Oh God, I keep saying his name a lot, but I can see Aswin winning this. I think Aswin would be able to. And
Yeah,
I
can
think
see that. I see
think
that.
Tripp has a lot of respect for Aswin as well, with him being a psychologist and all that. I'm sure he said that many times before. So I think that would be a match made in heaven. Would the Bannon want this? Would Shod want this? Would Durham want this? I don't think. Not all that mighty blow. So yeah, I think he'll go Aswin. And I think he could be right. He could go third, fourth round. Could be, you know. And the thing with Tripp is, in these sort of competitions, he always does well. He always finds a way to win and win. You know, he's a Sea Ladder champion. He's an MML champion. So he has won quite a lot. So yeah, I can relate to you thinking he'll go quite high in the rounds. I'd like to see him and Teddy going in the same round, and that'll be interesting because I think Teddy could beat him. If I'm being honest. So yeah, I think third or fourth round today. Have we got Teddy Tom back yet, or has he been killed? Has he been piled on? Are you there, Teddy? Are you there, Teddy? No, it doesn't seem it is. Bloody marvellous. I'll go on. Right. Oh, now that here's an interesting one. Evil is good. Yeah, yes, I think that is. It's another K-Dwarf team. This does not surprise me at all. It's Groovy. Groovy just loves to kill shit. What can you say? It's a decent team. Again, these manos. I don't know if I really like the manos. Are people taking manos because they just love it, the carnage? What they'll take in the Civil War. I'm never a fan of them anyway. I mean, I can understand why Chaos would take them with the easy access to obviously Might Below Clone block, but as a Chorf, I don't really know, really. I mean, you won't be able to see these now, will you, Cass? You won't be able to see these teams.
Yeah, no, I'm watching your stream, Bernie,
right,
so
okay.
they're coming up on the stream, so I can still see them.
Okay.
Yeah, Cass can still see it.
Hey, Teddy's back. Finally, Teddy's back. We thought you died, mate. We thought Carl seemed Cass had claw-pommed you.
That would have happened, but luckily the pop-up came in and worked.
Oh, good. Hey, you're going to give me the number of that apothecary. We'll go. Are you all right to talk, Cass? Or are you still...
Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah.
All right, we'll go to you first then. What do you think of Groovy's team? And again, the question is, what round and who will take him? Have we lost Cass now?
No, oh, sorry, mate. Sorry, I didn't realise you were talking to me. I thought you were talking to Teddy. Right. I like this team. I like this team a lot. I'm with you on the Mino, Bernie, but the thing with Minos is people take them because of the psychological aspect of a big guy. And Minos are potentially the scariest big guy out there due to what they can get skill-wise. Right. And but a Mino without claw is, it's like a fucking Diet Coke Mino, isn't it?
It's a Diet Coke. I mean, because the thing is, the doubles out there, the doubles for a Case Dwarf. So, if it's a claw, he'd have to probably take jugs, maybe. But then again, I would want to be blitzing with it. I mean, would you want to be blitzing with this guy when you've got a Mighty Blow Claw Chorf? I don't think I would. I mean, he has got guile, he's strength 5, so he just give a bit of beef. But he's a lot of points, 200k. I mean, I don't know. It seems like everybody on the Chorfs have gone on the Mano train. I mean, Grooby's Grooby. I mean, he's always going to take the bash teams. He's got 2 claw pieces. Well, doesn't surprise me. 4 guards pretty decent, though. It's not bad.
Of course, Minos on Chorf teams, they only get claw on a double, don't they?
Yeah.
So
yes.
Yeah.
Trippers, we just spoke about your team about 5 minutes ago, mate. We've done your team just now. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. What round do you think he'll go? Who do you think he'll take him, Cass?
Do you know what I think? Arzo. Groovy's proven himself as a bash player, but he's not Calcium Kaz level bash. And I proved that yesterday when I played him twice because I smashed his team up, pitch cleared him. So he's not that bashy yet, but he has got a lot of bash potential, shall we say?
Yeah. He always rolls high against me. He always holds right. You know, he could just goblins and still pitch clear me. But you know, he's a good coach and he's getting better and better. But what sort of round would you take him? What do you think if it was you?
I can see this. I can see this going round 2.
Can you?
Yeah. I can. I've got a feeling this is a round 2 team.
Who do you think will take him? Of the 4 coaches.
Good question.
Duran, Arzo, or Shod?
Arzo. I think Arzo will take him.
Duran says round 9. Groovy and Duran don't like each other. That's the impression I'm getting. Teddy, what do you think of this team? And where would you take him, and who's going to take him?
Well, I like the Minotaur. I think in 12 players, I think that's good because that's how I'd like it. The Minotaur's not really going to be there to blitz. It's just going to be there as like to take the hits and really just help with the front line. Right. With 4 guard, it does help.
Yep.
Mighty Blow piling on Chaos Dwarf's nice, and then the other 2 have got Claw, which is also good. Yep. Break Tackle Frenzy is a bit of a odd choice at the ball centre, but I'm sure Groovy. I guess the wild Groovy kicking in now, and then the block break tackle I'd say is pretty good. 2 team rerolls might be an issue, and 1 cheerleader. I'd rather go that to fan factor, but other than that, I think Groovy can do very well, and I like how this team looks.
Right, and what round and who do you think will take him?
I reckon he's a solid round 2. It's pretty good built Chaos Dwarf team. Groovy's very. Yep. Groovy's the guy that everyone knows likes to bash. As Cass said, he's not as high up there as Cass, but he likes to play that game of just destroying and killing stuff.
And who do you think will take
And I think Duran might have an interest in this team.
Duran says round 9, so you're saying Duran's lying to us? Smoke screens. Yes, could be. Yes,
probably. But I think Duran might like this team enough, just with the guard. Of course, he doesn't like the Mino, but I think he might like this.
Yeah. The only thing I will say, and the Shod's just putting in chat, grouping Duran is basically the same as Shod and CC. I don't think it'll work. But Groovy thinks it's funny. Duran's probably had a heart attack. Now, and is Azarwane telling the truth when he says, I want Groovy on my team? That's where it comes down to. I don't see this going round 2. The only way this goes round 2 is if Azarwane wants him. If none of the teams want... If Azarwane doesn't want this guy, I can see this going round 4, round 5. To be honest. I'm totally against you two. You would think I'd probably say round 2 because Groovy always beats the crap out of me. But I think there's a lot of teams in this competition what could match this well. One thing what's interesting though is people have commented on the break tackle frenzy piece. I've got a break tackle. I've got a frenzy piece. I think I've got a frenzy block. But I do like that. I do like that a lot. I think that gives him more of a reliable threat than the
you do like to run with your frenzy balls, don't you, matron?
Yeah. Yes, I do. I like my frenzy balls. They're bloody marvelous. If people stop killing my bloody ball centers like Groovy, I'll be all right. But no, I like that pick from Groups. I really like that, so I respect that choice. Where would I pick Groovy? See, again, I suck at this because I'm going for me, so Cass would be on there, Groovy be on. I'd have all my friends with me. I think. All right, I'm going to say he's going to go 4th round unless Arzo wants to pick him 2nd. If he goes 2nd round, he's going to Arzo. Otherwise, he's going 4th round. There you go. That's what I'm saying. So, but yeah, good old Groovy. Oh, now then, talking the devil, Sergal. Now then, obviously you're playing Sergal at the moment. Now this was one of them teams what everyone was talking about because most people was like Sergal will go 1st round. Then the his team. I suppose in a way a bit like Teddy. Everyone's saying Teddy and Sergal were locked in to go 1st round. Then the Sergal's team, and then all of a sudden it was like, is he still going to go 1st round? So we'll have a look. I mean, are you okay to have a look at the team, Cass?
Yes, mate. Yeah. Sergal playing Lizards, shocker. Oh, there's a surprise.
Yeah.
I actually think Sergal's probably one of the most overrated coaches on the PS4. That sounds harsh, but yeah, you know, I'm not one to mince words, am I?
Nope.
Yeah, I actually think he is overrated, and you know, whether he agrees or not, that's fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I when I've watched Sergal play recently over the last few weeks. He's made a bunch of really fucking stupid decisions, and it's cost him. So yeah, I appreciate that. What does my opinion matter? But that's how I see it.
Yeah,
So
that's fine. Everyone's got their opinion.
yeah, I'm not pissing on him because I can.
Yeah.
And he's a good player. I just don't think he's as amazing as
As people want
some
him to be.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, as some people make him out to be. I know you're a big fan of his.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just not such a big
Yeah,
fan.
that's understandable. I mean, the thing is, some people have said a bit very similar to myself, like where I've not been, well, I've not been at my best. Some people have said Sergel's probably not his best. Or some people say, well, you know what, Dwarfs just might not suit Sergel because I don't think he's ever played Dwarfs before, and this is one of his worst records ever. I mean, we're not used to seeing Sergel with such bad records. I mean, we Teddy Tom did a top 10 on the best win rates in the C ladder this season, and I expected Sergel to be in there, and he was nowhere near. So he didn't even make the top 10 win percentages. Yeah, it's interesting.
You can never guess who's top one though, or the top person.
What in the win percentages? Oh, we best not say that because Triple will be upset. But yeah, he wasn't in the top 10. What I was really, really surprised about. But yeah, I don't know where to put this team. I really don't. I mean, where do you think he'll go, Cass? I mean, what round do you think he'll still go round one because it's Sergel?
I don't think people will get overly excited about this team. So I can see him going sort of third or fourth round. Who will take him? Probably, there might be a bit of UC nepotism going on in here. So Shod. I think maybe Sergel will give him a hand job beforehand or something, and he sort of secure his place, with a firm handshake.
Well, we know Arzo's not taking him. We know Arzo's not taking him. He said he's not taking any UC players. He's come out officially early on the stream before you came on and has said he will not take a UC member unless he has to.
Right.
So, Trippers was on about Sergel not making the top 10 win percentages of this C ladder going on at the moment. So that was surprising because he was easy in the top 10. So where do you see him going, Cass?
Round 4, Shod.
Ooh, round 4, Shod. Wow, that's quite far down. Teddy, do you agree with that, or do you like this build, or?
It's more focused on the Skinks, which is interesting. Lizards are a bit behind the way, but if he plays like not a bash team, but maybe a fast team, he might do better since the Skinks can keep up better. And they can one turn well enough thanks to their movement 8 and sidestep. But I think the coach brings him up, but the team brings him down. So I say round 5, and I think he'll go to Shot as well.
Wow. I'm stunned. Well, I am. Yeah, I am. I ain't gonna lie. Round 4, round 5. Everyone thinks the hand job from what Cass has said is given. I don't think Shod's that. I think the thing what people forget is Shod. Actually, he basically has killed most of the UC in the playoffs. I think Shod might take him because he thinks he could go. I would be if he's still there round 4, round 5. I'll be amazed. I agree with you two though. It's a very bizarre team, but this is what Sergel does. But I think there's way too many skills in the Skinks. Ridiculous amount. I think most of them skills should have been in the Sauruses, but he does like to play high mobile teams. So he likes the speed. Oh God.
If you can take stat ups, I bet all those Skinks would be AB8.
Yeah, I was thinking that when I was reading. I was like, I'm not gonna say that to him. So we know Arzo's not taking him, so that's there. Will Durham take him? See, I think Durham rates him, but he doesn't rate the team, so it'll be interesting. I still think he'll go in the first 2 rounds because it's Sergel, and who would he go to? I mean, everyone's thinking Shot, isn't it? I think Bannon will take him. And I think he'll take him in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, but I think Bannon won't take a team this crazy.
Ooh, do you think he's very? He likes the strictness of the teams.
it's more up Shod's alley, this team, than about
Shot,
Bannon's.
Shot's been known as a crazy dude. He's taking them. But yeah. Now then, I still think Sergel likes. Sorry, I think Bannon will like the quality Sergel brings, and he'll want a big name in his team, and that I think he'll go for. Next one, Chaos, another Chaos team, Uncivilized Warveds. Now Beers is an MML coach, and he just plays Chaos. That's all he plays. Doesn't play anything else. It's Chaos or nothing. He says Chaos are the best team ever, and you should all bow to them, not them Nagel weirdos. And it's a really nice team. Captain Lee, Captain Stonewall Jackson, Captain. I love it. All the war vets. Cass, if you're there, I'll let you go first. Because obviously you are our Chaos dude. What do you think?
Really, do you know what? This is such a horrible build for this format. Chaos do not lend themselves to this format at all. So I think this is very brave.
Yep.
But I want to like this team because if you cut me in half, you'll probably see Chaos written.
Yep.
But I can't like this team in this format, and I think it's going to properly struggle.
Right.
But Beers is a good player. Again, doesn't leap off the page at me with regards to being outstanding, but he is a solid player, and he's going to make a mess, isn't he? So and I think that's that's what this competition is sort of becoming about, isn't it? It's about making a bit of a mess, bit of a statement, having some fun. There's a lot to like about this team, but I just think it's going to suffer in this format. And Claw Mighty Blow without block, well, you didn't have any choice really. If you wanted Claw Mighty Blow on a Chaos or Nurgle team, then do you know what? You had to forego block. But nothing ever goes wrong with that, does it?
Well, at least it's not a learner, so he can re-roll it, can't he? But I don't really mind that. What sort of round do you think he'll go in? The 9 rounds, where do you think he'll go?
I can see this team sort of going reasonably last round. What am I saying? No, I was just trying to be nice. I think this is going to be a penultimate or last round pick team.
Right.
If you think that Chaos can do a lot in this format, then you are a little bit sadly mistaken.
Yeah, I mean the thing is though, he does play them all the time. So would that give you any sort of confidence in that? He's like this is all he plays, so he knows basically he knows Chaos inside and out. I mean, would that
knowing Chaos and achieving with Chaos are two different things. I know Chaos. There's no way in God's green earth I'd have taken him in this format. Absolutely no way. So to know Chaos is one thing. Fair play to him for taking it.
Yeah.
He could have he could have gone for a really sort of a team that does lend itself well, Necro, Chorf, any elf team, but he hasn't. So respect is due for that. But I'd love to see this team do well. I just can't see it.
Yeah. But Teddy, I mean, you know Beers very well. Obviously, he's in the MML. What do you think of this team? Do you think he'll do well? And what round do you think he'll go? And Cass, who do you think he'll pick? Where do you think this team will land? Quickly.
Oh, I don't know. This is going to be one of those teams where it's going to get picked if there's no other viable option. Right. So it could be any one of the 4 coaches, to be honest. Right. I wouldn't like to say.
Okay. Teddy?
One set.
Yeah, you got that. I'll take over while he's doing that. Obviously, I know B is very well, very good friend of mine. Plays Chaos all the time. Is amazing. I mean, he will be co-announcing some of the games, and he's such an infectious sort of guy. He's so great. He plays Chaos a very good standard, and I think he'll surprise a few people. I mean, if it was me captain, I would be looking around about 6, 7. I'd be looking for a good matchup for him, and he does play them well. And I think, like you said, I don't think he'll go round 9. I'll be very surprised if he goes there, or even round 8. I think he's a better coach than that. And I think this team has the potential, the way Beers plays. I think round 6, round 7 is where I would go. Who would he go to? Well, I have no idea.
I'd say round 8, Arzo.
You'd say Arzo's going to have about 50 players by the time we finish. Um, I don't know. I'm a bit like Cass. Where would he go? I would go Shod. I think Shod might give him a bit of love. I think Shod may take this round 7, round 8 if he gets a good matchup. Although I will state, I think a Bannon. No, I'm going to go Shod. I'll go Shod. But yeah, good luck to him. We need teams like that. So we've seen that team already. Now Rostafers. Do they know it's Blitzmas? I love the name of this team. It is another Chorf team. I think it's the last one of the 3. I think. It's interesting what people think about this compared to Gruber's team. I love the names. We'll go to you first, Teddy. What do you think of this team? Do you like it? Do you think it's better than Gruber's or not?
Hang on, just give me a sec. I'm looking for it now. But I can't find it.
Always. That's it. The pressure's on.
It's not that much pressure. You see, right. Yeah. No, I just realised you skipped that. Snake Eyes' team. We've already done that. So.
Yeah.
Right, that's why I got thrown off. Well, I like this. I like this slightly better than the previous team.
Right.
I like the guard. Leader's a bit of the odd choice to point out, but I guess he gets 3 rerolls, so there's that. I like the way the ball's built. Frenzy Juggernaut. I think that's pretty interesting. The broke tackle in this format, and then the wrestle broke tackle over there, which is not bad for a ball centaur. It's certainly different. He's got a nice amount of guard as well, and then the block sure hands, Hobgoblin, and a dirty player as well. And he's got a 13-man bench, I believe, so he can foul.
Yep.
And he's got Apothecary as well, so if the Hobgoblins start dying a bit too early than he likes, he can always bring one back. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty decent team, and I like the name as well.
Yeah, I like the name of this team. Whereabouts do you think he'll go, round-wise? Do you think he'll go, like, early, or...?
I think it's pretty well rounded, but because the coach is not that well known, I say it's a round 7 pick.
Right. Yeah, fair enough.
I think that the coach most likely to take it would be Shod.
Shod. Okay. So
He's either Shod or Bannon, but I thought I'd go with Shod.
Yeah. Duran says Miles better Gruby's build. That makes no. You're saying Gruby's build's better than this? Do I read that right, Duran? Cass.
Duran says.
Yeah. You're saying Gruby's build's better. Cass, are you there, Cass?
Yeah.
What do you think of this team?
There's not a lot between the two, is there?
No.
It's sort of 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I suppose the thing is, it's got extra players. Well, and it's got dare play, so you know, if your dare play starts coming off, it's going to be pretty good. Rostifer is a very good coach. He has a good reputation of beating the big guns. When I've seen him in Sea Ladders before, especially in the playoffs, he's always given the big guns a big run for the money. Obviously, very famously knocking out Stuntman DD's Dark Elves in Season 1, what put him on the map. Interestingly though, Rostfeld, I've never seen him play bash teams. He usually played high elves and stuff like that. So that would be my only concern with this guy. What sort of round do you think this guy will go, Cass? Any idea where you think he'll go?
Again, I think all the Chorf and Necro teams are going to go pretty high round. So I could see this team going certainly 3,
Right.
4. You know, I slightly prefer the other Chorf team, but there's nothing between them. And Chorf is a solid pick. I think all the coaches, you know, there are coaches of varying quality within the Civil War, but I think at the lowest level, the coach can play. You know, and I'm not going to say who I think that is because it's not really necessary. But yeah, round 3 or 4, and don't know. I think this could be a Durham pick, round 3 or 4.
Yeah, he said he likes this team better. He likes this team, and it sort of would fit his sort of pick. So yeah, I sort of tend to agree with you. To be honest, I think it could be Durham pick. I don't think he'll go 3rd, 4th round. I don't think not many people know him. That may make him go round 5 and 6. But if you can get this round 5 and 6, though, that'd be bloody steal, wouldn't it? You would think. So
yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, but I really do love the name of the.
Chorfs are one of those teams that really work well in this format, don't they? Yeah. They just work brilliantly in this format, you know. So.
Yeah. Now this next one's. I was quite excited about the next one. M Rooted 2015. He is the Polish champion of Blood Bowl. I presume the big Polish
Ooh,
league.
the Polish champion.
Yeah. So
Who?
hey, he's a Polish champion. Give that guy some respect. He's Polish champion. So I've never seen this guy before. I'm building this guy up. The Polish champion, ready to take on the Brits and all that stuff.
Where's Poland?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, they're all right. The Polish. I like the Polish. More evil than civil. Then, so all joking aside, he is a champion. He wins the Polish league. I don't know how good the Polish league is, but he obviously, he wins it. So you got to give credit for that. So I'm quite excited because I don't know this guy. Unlucky Deadball saying wow for some reason. I don't know what that is. Duran says best Dark Elf team. People can take the mick out of me. I don't mind that. I'm really excited to see this. I'm really excited to see how this guy plays. We'll go to Cass first. Duran says he thinks this is the best Dark Elf team in the comp. Do you like this team? If yes, no.
Yeah, I prefer this team to the other one.
Yep.
But again, block on a runner. Why are you giving block to a runner? I don't get that. What are you planning to engage with them, or are you trying to protect them? A good Dark Elf player will make sure his runner is never in a sackable position.
Yep.
So yeah, I absolutely hate that. But I prefer wrestle tackle on the Witch Elf. I think that's a much better choice of skills. I don't hate Dauntless on the other Witch Elf with Frenzy. I don't hate that at all. So yeah, I absolutely prefer this team.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I suppose they've gone for block on the runner just because as leader, and they think, oh my god, we can't lose the leader piece. It's only armor 7. Let's stick on block there just to be on the safe side. But I think if you got a runner, you really should be protecting him anyway. I'm not a big fan of runners. I think people have took the runners just because they want the leader reroll. It's as simple as that. I don't know. I mean, what sort of round do you think this guy will go? I mean, obviously he comes with a reputation.
Again, I think it's going to be a mid-round pick.
Yeah.
I think the Necros and the Chorfs are going to get gobbled up early, and maybe round 4. I can actually see. Would I say? Yeah. Again, without wanting to look at Duran's messages, I can see Duran plumping for this team. On the basis that I think Duran would like an elf option in his squad.
Yep.
And I think this would probably be one of the best options for him.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, fair dues. That's a good thing. Teddy, do you agree? Disagree?
I like this Dark Elf team as well, but I like Spawn's Dark Elf team slightly better than this team though. This team is good. I like the Witch Elves. Block Dauntless is great because then you've got the option to try to serve bigger pieces like Strength 4, like Black Orcs for example, or maybe blockers, not blockers, Bull Centaurs. What I meant. It's only got 3 blitzers. A bit of a downside, but they've all got blodging, guard, and 1 tackle. If you're going to give blocks I wouldn't give blocks for a runner. I'd rather give him dodge, so then he's more protected that way with dodge than block.
And also he's more useful, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, and then block guard and a lineman to try to act like a third blitzer or another blitzer. So it's pretty good. I do like this Dark Elf team. I just think the other one's slightly better.
Yeah. I'm just really excited to see how this guy plays. He's obviously he has a reputation, so I always love it when I get to see players who have a rep because you think, well, do they live up to the hype or not? But
I don't want to be that guy, but I got to say, but you got a big rep, but you got to prove it.
Yeah.
I mean, it does. You could say you're World Cup this and that, but until I've seen it personally, I don't rate you as anything. I need to see what you can do, and then I give you a rating.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And that is it. Generally, the guys with the big gobs are the ones with the small penises. Okay, and
I mean, to be fair,
do you understand what?
Yeah, he hasn't.
He may well be. He may well be Polish champ. Yeah, he may. Oh, right. Okay. Well, if you're hyping him, that's entirely different. So we stop railing on this guy. When it's been you're hyping him.
To be fair to him, he's not said anything. He's not come out saying he's the best. I
take that all back. Then I take it all back.
I just try to hype the guy because he seems to be what I've heard of him. He's supposed to be. He's very well respected, and obviously, he's won his. He usually plays private leagues, and when he does, he's won a lot of them. So I was more interested and excited, and I just hyped him up with being Polish champion. But yeah, I mean, I like I say, I don't know how good he is, So
I've never heard of him.
No, I
And
haven't.
I think within the PS4 circles now, we gauge the skill of a coach on how much we play them and what they do against us. You know, and we have a circle within the PS4 now. We all know what, you know, obviously, you know, the main names like, you know, you, Teddy,
Arzo.
you know, Shard, Arzo, and I could go on and on. Darren,
Yeah.
obviously the best orc coach in the world. But yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? It's one of them.
Yeah, yeah. Where do you think he'll go, Ted? And who do you think will pick him?
I think he'll go round 4 or 5, and I think Arzo might be interesting because Arzo does like Dark Elf teams as well. From what I've seen, he's got Dark Elves this season in the Cladder. So I think it's just he might like this team, and of course he is the Polish champion. So maybe Arzo wants to show this Polish champion what a PS4 champion can do,
Yeah,
and add him to his collection. So I think Arzo might want him.
Yeah, I've got this guy going to. I did between Shot and Abanon. I think they look at this as a shrewd investment. I think he'll go around 5-6. I don't think he'll go any closer than that because I don't think many people know about this guy, and no one takes notice of me, so he won't go for that reason. I think round 5, round 6. I think Shot and Abanon will fight out for this guy. To be fair, but yeah, I'm excited to see how he goes. But there we go. Right, next one. We'll move along. The Roundhead set Agravine. Yes, decent coach. It's interesting playing Necro because he plays it very well. He does have other accounts. I won't say what his main account is because that would be unfair on him. But I do know he's a very, very good coach. He usually uses this account, I think, for all the fun teams like the Halflings and the Goblins and stuff like that. But I'll tell you now, this guy can play. He's got Blodge on one Wolf, might be able to block on another. 2 Golems are standard. I'm not too keen on the tackle Blodge White, if I'm being honest. I think he should have been guard. Or maybe Mighty Blow. 12 players, 2 rerolls. I hate the 2 rerolls. I don't know. I mean, Cass, do you want to say anything on this guy, this team?
I'm sorry, I haven't been paying a lot of attention, but let me just have a quick look.
Yeah.
Why is he 1400
I don't
and
know.
not 1430?
Because he's probably not spent all his 1100 roster.
Well, yeah, but you know, you. Oh, fuck's sake! I just rolled snakes with my fucking Mino. Sorry. I recovered slightly. Sorry. Do you know what? Can you go to Teddy because I'm I'm at a pivotal point.
Teddy, save us,
That's right.
save us.
I'm here. What's up? Flesh Golems were pretty standard. I like the werewolves here. This is probably how I would have done it. I would have liked. Like Gimlick, he's got 2 goals and only 2 rerolls. But I would prefer 3 rerolls and only 1 goal.
Yeah.
Tackle dodge, like Gimlick. It just reminds me of Gimlick's team a lot, but just in all honesty. But he's got 12 players. Probably might want to spend it on fan factor and maybe Chile and a coach assistant. But other than that, I think this is a very well-rounded Necro team. And I think he can do well.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't like the 2 rerolls. But I'll say that about almost every team. So that's nothing against him. It's just the way I look at teams. I mean, he's a very good coach. He plays Necro extremely well. And again, this could be another one of those nice sleepers. You know, people might not really know him that well. But he is very, very good coach. Who do you think will get him, Ted? And where do you think he'll go in round wise?
I think he'll probably go. I say round 5 because Necro's pretty strong in this format, but I don't think the coach is that well known. And as you said, this is a different account, so it's even more secret of who his true identity is. It's going to be Wilhelm Chaney all over again.
Yeah.
I think the coach that will take him in round 5. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I think the round 5 coach. I think Anania will take an interest in this Necro team. So I'm going to say Anania.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Are you still busy, Cass?
Yeah, fucking Sergal does my fucking nutting, honestly.
I'll move on.
It's my fault. It's my fault for stalling, to be perfectly honest. So I was trying to stall a score, and I'm paying the price.
That bloody UC members, how dare they? How dare they? Well, you do what you need doing if you're
Yeah,
still
sorry.
concentrating.
I tell you what, I'm gonna bow out because
Yeah,
I need to concentrate on this
you
game now,
concentrate.
Bernie. So thanks for inviting me,
Not
mate.
a problem, buddy.
And I'll catch up with you soon, buddy.
Yeah, no worries. Right, so
Cheers.
no worries. Right then, so I think this again. I agree with you. I think it might go round 5-6, and I had him going down to Bannon. I just think Bannon will take him. Trippers has just put Sergel is just overrated. If he wins, I'm paying the price Cass. Oh dear, yes. Well, that'll be quite interesting. The dwarf fight. Right then, so MML All Stars Freeman is another Chore team. Freeman usually plays lizards. Very good lizardman coach. He usually plays only lizards in the sea ladder, but he's decided to give the Chaos Dwarfs a shot. What do you think of this team, Ted?
Again, he's got a Minotaur, which I like. I like Minotaurs in this format for Chaos Dwarfs because it just helps fill it up. It's got 12 players, like the other Chaos Dwarf team. A lot more guard, especially on the ball center. So don't have break, tackle, block, or anything else. They just have straight up guard. So he's going to be well guarded up, and he's got claw, mighty blow on as his two doubles on the others. So I do like this team from Freeman and the Hobgoblin carrying the ball. 2 rerolls as well, no apoth, so that might be an issue, but I think it's a very solid build for Chaos Dwarves.
Yeah.
Really, it's just more guard focused.
Yeah, this is my favourite Chorf build a lot because it basically had all that guard. So what's that? That's like 6 guard he's got there. I'm sure if he could have done, he would have probably given guard to the Minotaur as well. But if he did that, he'd probably have had to drop the show hand on the Hobgoblin. He's got 2 killers. He's got obviously the frenzy aspect of the Minotaur as well. 2 rerolls isn't great, but you know what? He's got plenty of blocks, so it's not as bad, I guess. And to me, I had this down as the best Chorf team out of the lot when I did my little review. What round do you think this guy will go?
I'd say I'd say he's a solid 3rd round pick.
Yeah, I've got him down 3rd round as well. I had this guy going to Duran. Where did you have him going?
Duran's a very solid pick, and I probably would have said Duran. I'll probably say Duran as well, even though I said Groovy would go to Duran, but now I know that Duran doesn't like Groovy.
Yeah,
I say this would be the Chaos Dwarfs he's looking for.
Yeah, I think I think one thing I know about Duran is he loves guard. He likes teams built right, and obviously he has got 2 Might Block claw pieces, but that's not too bad. I think he'll forgive him for that. And obviously he's got all that guard. The team's built right. I think this will probably go 3rd round to Duran. Although don't be surprised to see Shod. He gets 2 picks, doesn't he? He gets the last pick in the 1st round and the 1st pick in the 2nd round, so he could possibly go round 2 to Shod. But yeah, very good. I would definitely. I'd be surprised if this isn't off the board in the first 3 rounds. But yeah, very good. I like the name of the team and obviously the players as well. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that team.
Yeah.
I must admit. So Bogey Bros, Messi F, Lush, the kind of a big deal guy. He's obviously another Ps4 admin.
We're skipping over the Necro team then.
What Necro team? Have I missed one? Oh my god, good
Yeah,
call.
the team before the Nurgle.
The Blitzing Pandas, my apologies. See, that's why Ted is with me. So we'll go back a bit there. MML Blitzing Pandas. Oh, good old Jim. I like Jim. Duran, yeah, if you want to come on, Duran, you're more than welcome to. If you want to come on.
The more the merrier.
You got to be nice to Teddy though.
Nah, that's right. Yeah, it's only a rib.
Let's see if we can get Duran in. Hey, tell you what, lads, we're clocking another 2 hours, but we're getting all the stars in out. Now we've got the World Cup hero coming in now, so give me 1 sec, and we'll get him in, and then we will invite him, slowly. There we have invited him, so that's that done. So
Week for Bernie, and we're just doing the best to get it done.
It's hugely busy. So we're waiting for Duran to come on here. And obviously it's good Duran's in there because he's obviously one of the captains as well. So obviously he'll be able to give us some info. We'll go to you, Teddy, while we're waiting for Duran. And what do you think of this team? Do you like it? What round? Who gets it?
It's a good Necro team. It's probably the way I would have done it with 1 ghoul, not 2. Uh, Standard fresh golems, 2 werewolves with mighty blow. Or I'd have 1 with dodge, but that's just me. I like the way the whites are. 1's got guard, 1's got tackle, and I would have. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty much how I would have done it.
Yeah.
With the werewolf having dodge and maybe give the zombie a different skill. But other than that, I like this team a lot, and I think Jim's just built it solidly.
Yeah, I mean, I like this team a lot, but I'm a big fan of the 2 Mighty Blow Claw pieces. I know Duran, who's just joined us, doesn't, but I like more Mighty Blow Claw the better, in my opinion. Where do you think he'll go in the round? Out the 9 rounds, where do you think he'll go?
It's Necro, but Jim's not that well known, but Jim can play well. So I reckon he's going to be around 6 pick, and I think not Duran. Shod might be interested in this team. If not Shod, Arzo, because it's very just well-rounded. It's got the kill skills, it's got the guard, and it's got a decent ball carrier. So it's just a very solid Necro. So I think it'll go to Shod or Arzo, in my opinion.
Duran's in chat. Welcome, Duran. I'll just throw it to you. I mean, what do you think of this team? What round is this a team you'd be looking at? He says he's there. Is he there? Hello, Duran.
Maybe he's looking for his mic. I don't know.
He may be. We'll try and catch up with him in a minute then. Yeah, I like this team a lot. He's even got Teddy the Aristocrat here. Not bad.
Yeah. I get the pun.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the team. We've got a lot of feedback from Duran's mic. Echo. Yeah. Is it echoing for everybody else on the Twitch?
Yes.
It might actually have Twitch with the volume up. I don't know. But I'll try and talk while we get him sorted. I think this is going to go around 5. Abandon. I think we'll go.
Abandon.
So a lot of echo. Are you there, Duran? Is he gone? I don't know. No, Duran is perfect troll.
Perfect echo.
Has he gone? I think the echo's... Aha, there we go. We've got a lot of echo coming from your mic.
Yeah, it's the same as the other day when we did Dead by Daylight, I think.
Right, okay.
I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Do it with this thing. I could plug in the other mic I have, but there's no earpiece on it.
Yeah. So all we'll have to do then is, while you're not talking, just mute it. And then when you talk, then just unmute it. And then that should solve it.
I'll try the other mic then. If I'm going to have to mute it.
Okay. Right, so while he's doing that, we'll go on to... Yeah, so sorry about the echoes. It's just one of those things. So yeah, I think, like you said, probably around about round 5.
Perfect troll.
Yeah, there we go. Is the Blitzing Pandas a team you would be going for, Duran?
Perfect troll.
Oh, no, we've lost him again. Right, okay, so both brothers, Messi Flush then. So we'll finally get to this team. I must admit, I was surprised to see Nagel in it, and I was very surprised the Nagel teams did take the piece of Nagel with them. I think the first thing what hits me on this one is 3 Nagel Warriors. I don't like that at all. I think you've got to go 4 Nagel Warriors. I'd quite happily drop the Beast for a Nagel Warrior. And he's gone for 3 pesty goals and only 11 players. What worries me greatly. 4 guard, what's not too bad, and 3 mighty blow. What do you think, Ted?
I think it's a nice team. I would have had another Nurgle Warrior and maybe drop a Pestigore and maybe some fan factor, but I do like this team. It's got some solid players, sure hands, extra arms as the ball carrier, mighty blow claw, mighty blow juggernaut, a lot of guard and block, and then the Beast of Nurgle to help control the pitch, and then the guard rotter. So I like this team. I think, and Mercy's a good coach, so it's a very solid team from Mercy, and I think he can do well.
Duran, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's your thought on this team? I don't think you liked it when I watched your channel, but if anyone who didn't see it, what do you think of this team and what round and who do you think he'll go to?
Well, it's Nurgle, so it shouldn't even be here. And the build with Nurgle is so hard with 1100 TV, right? I think to not have 4 warriors is a mistake. I think to have the beast at all is a mistake, especially loading up on it with skills. So, given the format, if I were to do this, I'd have 4 warriors. They'd all have block guard. This is how I would have done the Chaos team too. They would have all had block guard.
Yeah.
And it gives you more TV to play with. Like I said, the beast is just going to get you in trouble. No bench is definitely not going to help things. Claw Mighty Blow is always going to happen. I don't like extra arms. I'd rather just have sure hands and block.
Yeah.
Mighty Blow Juggernaut is kind of counterintuitive. I think Mighty Blow, if he was going to go Juggernaut, if he was set on Juggernaut, I think I would have went Juggernaut Stand Firm, maybe,
Right.
or Juggernaut Frenzy.
Yeah.
But and Guard on a Rotter is just, waiting to die. Yeah, I just don't like the whole. I just don't like the fact that it's a Nurgle team in the competition. It just doesn't work. Same as the Chaos team, really. They just don't work because you really need to put 3 skills on someone to have what you want out of these teams, and you can't do it. So this is late round. How many rounds is there, by the way?
9 rounds, I think.
9.
All right, so I'm gonna change my Groovy pick to round 10. That's when I would take him. And yeah, this will go late. This 7+.
Who do you think he'll go?
Because I know there's a lot of stunty teams too, so like it may not go last round because it's a bash team, but it's gonna go definitely way late. And I honestly don't know who takes it. I have no clue who would want this.
Teddy, who do you think will want this? And what
I reckon Arza will want it because he's got a soft spot for Necro.
And it's another admin as well. They're both admins, so I can see that.
Yeah.
Maybe Arza with the Cuddle Crew get all the admins in his team. I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, I'm just don't like number 6, the Juggernaut and the Mighty Blow. If you're gonna go Juggernaut, surely Frenzy was the choice. I don't understand the Mighty Blow and Juggernaut there. I really don't. I really no.
Could have got Mighty Blow piling on.
I just don't get it. 11 plays is going down your balls of steel route. And yeah, both Nagel teams have gone for the big guy. I think that was the big mistake because they're not very reliable. I'd rather have 4 warriors than the Beast and Nagel. But Mercy likes these sort of builds. He's a good coach and he's done well in knockouts before. This is obviously a resurrection tournament, but I still think with the right matchups he can still do well. And I will looking at this team from round 7, 8, 9. No lower than round 7, probably round 8 and 9, and hopefully get a good matchup against some goblins.
Just a side note too, to be fair, if maybe he's going meta build because he designed his team to be picked super late when he'd get picked against a bunch of stunty teams,
Exactly.
So he'd have to play a bunch of stunty teams. Maybe he's like a mastermind genius. Who knows?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think some people might have just done that because they know how the system's working, and that's good because if he's going against goblins, it's a good matchup for him, So, but I still don't.
But then
like
why have no tackle?
Very true, very true. We will see. It's messy.
Well, who needs tackle when you got block and they're stunty?
Maybe. Right, Underworld. Yay! Finally, we get to see some Underworld. Go Power Go, Royk's team. Royk is one crazy dude from the MML. He usually plays dwarfs, but he likes to kill anything. 16 players. That doesn't surprise me. 2 team rerolls. That is scary. Only having 2 team rerolls. I've seen a lot of his teams have 2 rerolls. I don't know what it is with that. Oh man, Duran, what do you think?
I think the redundancy in his Storm Vermin is a little much, but obviously he's just going kill, kill, kill. But I like the Horn Goblin for cage diving, but the problem is it needs another skill, and I don't know where you pull it from.
Yeah, he needs wrestle, doesn't it? To be honest.
And like obviously I would dump 2 goblins and get another reroll, but.
Yep. Where do you think this will go, and who do you think will get?
This one's tough to say because it's all block, Mighty Blow, Claw, right? So it's all decent. He's got a great guy to go recover balls, but I don't know. This probably between 5 and 7, probably.
Who do you think of the
because it is,
Lumberjacks?
it is underrolled at the end of the
Yeah.
day. It's got stunties, so
Yeah. Who do you think of
I
the
don't know.
Lumberjacks to pick him? Would you be in for this team?
I could possibly pick it. Yeah, I might pick it, given what's available at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be looking for a little stunty flavor by then. Who knows?
Yeah. Teddy, what do you think, Ted?
I think I think this will go round 7, and I think Duran will probably take it because by then it might be stunty teams or maybe the occasional bash. But if it's bash, you've got a full bench, so losing 5 goblins early won't matter so much.
Yeah.
Since you have a bench. But on the roster, Russell tackle's nice, block guard and a lineman. I think that's a bit strange. I'd rather remove the guard and maybe put like Russell on the horns piece or block on the goblin. A nice 2-head big hand goblin to recover the ball. Troll that does his job, just block and claw. And then the 2 blitzers, Mighty Blow and Claw as well. 2 rerolls and a poth. I think it's a unique team from Roik. I'm not a big fan of a 16-man bench. I would have gone down to 14 and get the other reroll, but and some of the skill choices. But other than that, I like this team, and I can definitely see it steal some games and cause some surprise. And Roik's a good coach as well.
Yeah, I think this team, it depends where it goes in the draft. I mean, if this goes round 8 or 9, then this is a scary team. I would agree with you two. I definitely would have dropped 2 goblins for a teamy role. He's obviously going to just cause carnage. I mean, that's what Roik does. He likes to kill stuff. He's got enough Mighty Blow and Claw. He's obviously got a crazy kamikaze goblin. He's got a good ball retriever with 2 heads and obviously big hand. He's got a sneaky git, a data player piece as well. And yeah, I like it. My big worry is only 2 rerolls. That could really come back and bite him up the backside. That is my negative. Where would he go?
Yeah, I forgot that Dirty Fire's a double on this team. Yeah, that's the one I would drop to put a nice double on with the horns.
Yeah. I
Just
think
take block or wrestle or something.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would probably drop the dare play and put wrestle on the goblin because then he becomes more of a threat. But obviously Roik is just wanting to just cause as much carnage as possible, and that's great. That'll be good. I think it'll be a really good pick. I think, like I said, 7, 8, 9, anywhere around there. This team's going to be extremely dangerous. Roik knows how to play. Who will he go to? Well, I think a Bannon. Is a Bannon an MML coach? If he is, I'd say Bannon will take him. Is he not? Oh, well, there you go. I'll still say Bannon. I've got a feeling I'll go to Bannon. If not Duran, but I'm going to go Bannon on that one.
Well, not that I know of.
Right, okay. We're almost there. Gobbo Gang. Torre has gone through his goblins, and I cannot wait to see this leaping chainsaw in action. It's going to be hilarious. Look at this bad boy. Leaping chainsaw. You gotta love that.
It's not the only leaping chainsaw.
I know,
I'll just spoil that for you.
Yeah, just spoil it, yeah.
Duran beat me first.
Yeah, both learned. Oh, I love it. I love this. It's either going to kill itself or it's going to just do something glorious.
There is another player I like more than the leaping chainsaw though, and that's the Hail Mary Bombardier.
Yes. That's. I was really happy to see 2 goblin teams very similar, and they've really bought into the fun aspect of it. We could actually have some goblin civil war. So this should be hilarious. The leaping chainsaw, love that. Hail Mary, throwing the bomb anywhere you want, and his scattering will be great. Very shrewd move. Keep putting grab on the fanatic. I like that a lot. That is a really shrewd move. Sneaky git, a bit of a flavour for the goblins, and some side steps in there as well. Yeah, I suppose. Trolls get block and guards. He's got 13. What we've got to remember as well is that the goblins, because of tier 3, can have an enhancement. What he hasn't picked yet, so I may have a word with him to see if he wants to take an enhancement. Could they get them free of charge? Because I'm real generous like that. And obviously,
most likely you'd be taking the bribe enhancement.
Well, I would take the Nuffle Nuffle altar probably to get some nice cheap star players.
Do goblins and halflings get inducements as well?
They do, yeah. So he's looking around, hopefully around
Star player then probably.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I think this is a decent team, good coach as well. So yeah. I mean, what do you think, Duran? Do you like this team? Where do you think it'll go in the rounds as well? I would probably say probably around 8, 9.
This is a really fun goblin team. I don't know what a good goblin team looks like because they're goblins, but
Yep.
I really like grab on the fanatic as well. Great for crowd control.
Yep.
Leap on the chainsaw is just balls out insane, but you probably should have 4 rerolls if he's gonna run a leaping chainsaw. But you know,
I just love it.
I would take this team. It's definitely a fun team. It depends what tier it shows up on and where my pick is, because I've got the lovely job of picking at the start of each round or the end of each round. So I'm either like setting the tone for the round or I'm got the last counter pick of the round. So it's like my picks are going to be all over the place because of that. So,
Yeah.
but I like it. Tori's a good guy.
Yeah. Okay, so Duran says he'd probably have him. Teddy, what do you think?
I reckon he'll be a solid pick in the later rounds, like I think round 7 to 9, like any of those rounds, it'll be a very good team. I think Duran will probably be interested in this Goblin team.
Yeah.
If I had to pick, I think this is if he's got to pick a stunty team, I think this team will be the most. I think this is the best sort of stunty team that I've seen from the Underworld and the other Goblins. So I'd say Duran would probably take this team.
Yeah, I think this is a fun team. I can see Arsway wanting to take this team just for the lols of the chainsaw. I think Shod could as well. I think all 4 coaches will be more than happy to take this very late. I think this is definitely round 8, round 9. I don't any lower than that, and you may be putting the coach under the bus a bit. But yeah, I like the team, and I just can't wait to see the chainsaw. And like I said, the Hail Mary, that'll be awesome also. Now then, Shushnik. I don't know this guy, I must admit. School of Crocs, so another lizard team. We haven't got many lizard teams, but here's another one. And it's built to do jack of all trades, by the looks of it. 2 break tackle, 2 guard, 3 mighty blow. All the Saurus get block, even the Crocs has got it. And even Blodge Skink, so he's going down the route that I want load of block. No Apothecary, though, what could be danger. He's got the 12th player instead. 3 team rerolls, what should be enough in this build. We'll go to Teddy first. What do you think, Teddy? Where do you think he'll go, and who will pick him?
This is similar to the lizard team I had. There's a couple of differences. I would have taken tackle instead of break tackle, and remove the block from one of the skinks and give a Croxigal guard, just to help be on the front line more.
Yep.
I know Duran doesn't agree with me of putting skills on a big guy, but I think on the lizard team it does help him out, especially to just control the front line and help keep the skinks protected. But yeah, I think other than that, I think it's a good lizardman team, and I think it's better than the team from Circle.
Yeah.
As well. But if I'd say what round it go, I think this would be a good. I'd say this is a good 4th round pick, because I think this is a good team that could potentially be very solid against some of the other teams like the Necro, the Chaos Dwarves, just being able to outstrength and outbash them.
Yeah.
Really.
The only concern, there's no tackle in this team, and he's got no frenzy.
Yeah.
That's the only concern.
Yeah, but if it's against a team like Chaos Dwarves, they don't have any dodge, so it's not really a problem. But
yeah.
I think this is a very good counter pick team to maybe some of the teams in the round that coaches might want to watch out for. But the coach who I think will take this team, I think it will probably be Shod. I think Shod would like a good solid Lizardman team on the roster.
Yeah, I mean,
and Lizards are decently good.
Yeah, Jim's saying, because obviously I don't know nothing about this coach. Jim says Shush is a solid player. He's no rookie. He'll get some wins with this. That's what captains like to hear. He will get some wins because that's what it's all about. Duran, what do you think?
Obviously it's easily better than the other lizard team. It doesn't have like half his levels spread out on skinks. So, but I think in the World Cup there was 4 lizard teams and they all did pretty well. But Guinness got the furthest and he went with the Apple build, I think, as opposed to the bench build.
Right.
Which I kind of prefer as well, because you know if you get a badly hurt on a Saurus early, you're probably going to want to bring it back, right?
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
The only thing I like, there's just little tweaks I would do. Like I wouldn't have 2 mighty blows. I'd have 1. I'd make one of those a guard. I'd make one of the break tackles a guard, and I'd put guard on the Crocs instead of block. Like I just think he needs a ton more guard to really utilize the strength advantage that he's not doing. But other than that, It's decent.
Yeah. I mean, what sort of round?
I could see, yeah, yeah, anywhere from third to fifth.
Yeah.
It could be a late third, possibly, depending on what's left.
Would you pick this team?
Again, it would depend on what's left because my picks are going to be weird, right? Like I said, I'm either going to be countering with a pick or setting the tone with a pick. So
Fair enough.
my picks are going to be all about how it unfolds.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, like I said, I take into account what Jim says. Sounds good. I had him down obviously before I knew the information. I had him down around about a solid fifth, sixth pick. Yeah, again, it's a coach I'm quite excited to see how he plays because again, I don't know nothing about him, so he should go well. So all the best to him. Now here's a guy I do know a lot about, Projecki. I know Teddy likes Projecki a lot. He's decided to go with Skaven, and he's gone for the 3 gut runner build. He said to me, I just want to try a 3 gut runner build out, so that's why he's got 3. He's obviously got a block Stamp Ratog, what's interesting. Mighty Blow Claw Killer in the Stone Bearman. 2 Guard. And I don't know, it seems a bit of everything on there. I must admit, I'm a big fan of Projecki. I wasn't sure with this build. I'll go Durham first this time. What do you think of this team?
It's really solid for the most part. It's just thing I was pointed out on my stream yesterday when I was going over some of these teams, and all the Skaven teams, not one of them put Juggernaut on their Rat Ogre, which I think is a huge mistake because they're the one team with a Juggernaut Rat Ogre that can still one turn through a stand firm piece because of the movement 9 gutter runners. So I think it's a missed opportunity. But other than that, the team's pretty solid. I don't really have any complaints. I'm not a big fan of Dirty Player with only 12 players. It makes it more situational. You can't do it as freely, but you'd have to drop a gutter runner to get a deeper bench, and that's just a bad idea. So it's pretty good. He's good. Probably top 3 rounds. Probably maybe if he slides in the 4th, but probably top 3.
Yeah, fair enough. And would you take this guy, or do you think he'll go somewhere else?
I could. Very likely. Like I said, my picks are all going to be kind of dependent, but yeah, I definitely could.
Yeah, fantastic. Teddy?
Gaben are never really a bad pick, so.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a solid team. I reckon this can go second round. I think this is probably one of the better agility teams because a lot of we've seen is Bash or maybe a bit of a hybrid, but this is like solid, like try to win by agility, other than the Dark Elves, of course. But I think this is a very good scaling team, and I think this would be good and be picked up early just because it's an agility team, and there might the captains might not want to go so Bash focused early, and you got to pick agility while you can. And if you can get a good matchup with an agility team, you just got to go take it.
Yeah, I think the thing as well is Projecki as well. Projecki is probably one of the best 110ers in PS on the PS4. So obviously give him Skaven, and he's going to have a really good chance of scoring just in 110. I'm not too impressed on the build, I'll be honest. I'm a big Projecki fan, but I'm not loving this build. I'm sorry. He'll probably still go first 2 rounds because he's good, and he'll still do well with his team. I think I personally would struggle with his team if it was me playing it, but luckily it's not me playing it. Teddy, who do you think he'll go to? And did you say the first 2 rounds? Do you think he'd go?
I say you go round 2.
Yeah. Who do you think he'll take?
And I think Arzo might be interested because Skaven are always good, and Projecki is a pretty good coach, and I think Arzo might be the most interested in this team, or Duran. Yeah. If the situation calls upon it, he might go for this team.
See, I had this down. This is one of those interesting ones because I think Projecki will go to whoever values his skill as a coach more. I think all 4 coaches would take him. It's who wants him the most. I think this comes down to. So it's whoever thinks, if someone thinks he's worth a first round pick, he'll probably get him. If someone thinks he's a second round pick, they'll get him as well. But I'll be surprised if he hasn't gone in the first 3 rounds because he plays Skaven extremely well. He always has good records, and you sort of think if you take Projecki in your team, he's probably going to get you at least 1 or 2 wins in the competition, and that is basically what you're basically trying to do, isn't it? So there you go. Right, next one. Interesting one. This one, Civil Partnership. It is Bearzo. Now, the thing with Bearzo, he had 3 teams. He couldn't decide between all 3. One was Chorfs, one was Lizards, what he usually plays, and one was Undead. The way he picked the teams was, he asked me to pick it. So I picked this team for him because I've never seen play undead. I thought it was the best balance of the three teams, and if he picked, his worry was if he played lizards again, everyone would say, "Oh, big surprise, he's playing lizards again." But there you go. Durham, will come to you first. What do you think of this undead team?
It's probably, I think, from what I can recall, this might be the best undead team designed, except for the whites. Again, I have a problem with the whites on like Necro and on every undead team. I just don't think they're utilizing their guard enough. I don't think you need double tackle Mighty Blow. One of those should dump Mighty Blow and be guard. And other than that, I don't see a big problem with this team. Looks pretty good. Oh, except for my pet peeve is people not putting their points in Fan Factor and splitting it on Cheerleader and Coach Assist. Fan Factor can actually help with those as well and other events. So if you have more than 1 point, you probably should have loaded up on Fan Factor.
What round do you think you'll go?
But yeah, I don't know the coach, honestly. The team build, I'd say would put him in the top 3, but I don't know the coach, so it's tough to say. If it's hanging around when I have a pick, I might snag it up.
Yeah.
Just because the build's pretty solid. Is it just that one little tweak with the white? I wish, but other than that, everything else is kind of what you want. You went for a slightly higher movement too with the skeletons, but it's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Teddy, obviously you know Bears quite well. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I like this team as well. This would probably be the team I would have taken with Undead. The only difference is I would have only had one skeleton with the dirty player and make the rest zombies because AV8's slightly better to keep them on the pitch because otherwise you're just very weak to losing players early. But other than that, I really like this team and I can definitely see it being a definite third round pick.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, just for some information on Beza, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's won the Blood and Tears Championship Private League, what's a big league. He's won Nuffle Be Praised Championship. I think he was in another Private League what he's won. I think the only one he hasn't won is the MML. So he has a reputation of winning things. Although I will put a disclaimer in there, it's usually with lizards. So he's not. I don't think he really plays undead at all. So this is that would be a slight worry. But the team's built well. I like the two whites, but then I just like because you've got one for one side of the pitch, the other one for the other side of the pitch, and but that's just my personal preference. But I don't know where he's going to go because I think Duran said it perfectly. Not many people know who he is. He's not taking lizards, so that would be a slight negative. But at the end of the day, Bears is a very good coach, obviously. People who don't know is I trained him up because he's one of my best friends, so I trained him to play Blood Bowl. So he's probably going to go around now. So he was my little apprentice, and he's done me proud. So I like I said, if people knew how good he was, like I do, he'd probably go in the first 3 rounds. So he could be one of those coaches what goes under the radar, and if someone gets him round 5, round 6, he's gonna win you plenty of wins because he is that good. So watch out for him, captains. If he's in there round 5, round 6, snap him up because he is that good. So there you go. Right then, next one is it's another admin. It's another North team. Now, a lot of people showing a lot of love for this team. Let's have a look.
Yeah, Duran's saying this was the best North team while mine was worse.
Does he? Oh well, Duran, you could set it off then, mate. You say this is the best North team. Take it away.
Well, just look at it quickly at a glance, and you're like, wow, it's like night and day compared to the other ones.
Right.
Obviously, if you're gonna play Norse, I mean, I don't think you should have big guys, but this is the one big guy who's always gonna get built the same, Mighty Blow block.
Yep.
The 2 Alps with guard, fantastic. You've got pylon use, great. You've got tackle, fantastic. You've got a dirty player. You've got 2 guard linemen. You've got a bulk. You've got everything you want except an Apo.
Yep.
Like that's literally the only thing he's missing, but he has a bench, so he's not as far off as the other teams, right?
Yeah.
He's got a little bit to give, but yeah, I really like the and 3 fan factor. Hey, somebody did it right. So yeah, this is easily the best Norris team. Although I'm not sure how Norris are going to do in the format, but this is probably the best Norris team that's in it.
What round can you see this guy going?
Again, it's Norris though, right? So it depends what people want on their teams. It could go 3rd round. It could go 5th. I mean, it's just how you're building your teams, right? So it's tough to say. Okay. But I like it a lot better for the guard.
Yeah.
See, the problem with all people always forget about frenzy is you need guard to protect your frenzy players. So
Yep.
if you don't have a lot of guard on your, especially a team like Norris, you're just gonna frenzy trap the shit out of yourself and get your team murdered. So.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Teddy?
Yeah, I think it's a good team. I like the sure hands on the lineman, dirty player, the guard. 12-player bench, which is bad. 3 rerolls. Pilot on one, berserker, tackle on the other, and then the 2 guard all furnace. It's a good built Norse team, and I like the way he's going more guard, more skills to protect themselves and not get frenzy trapped. But yeah, I think it's a very solid pick, and I can definitely see it getting picked in maybe the 4th round.
Yeah.
Because Sam is a good coach as well.
Who do you think will take him?
I think Anania would be interested. I think he might want to take this team.
I'll tell you one thing, and it's very, very rare you'll hear me say this, but I would drop a reroll for the Apothecary. That's the only thing I would do, because you've got all that block. You've got sure hands for your ball carrier.
Yeah, you can do that too. I don't hate that. Dump a reroll for Apo. That works.
Yeah.
What about dumping a lineman for an Apothecary?
No, I want the 12 players. If you dump the 12 player, then you might as well dump the data player as well. I think that's the only thing I would do. I mean, I hate having 2 rerolls, but if you're going to go 2 rerolls, this is probably the team. The only issue is if this team has to dodge away a lot, but they do have 4 guard. They've got 2 strength 4. They've got strength 5. It should be able to frenzy quite freely with all that guard. I like it. It's the best. How can I put it? The best value for money Norse team out there. I think it's so well balanced. And Sam's really good. Where will it go, though? It's interesting because it depends what the captains want. Do they want the balance and all the guard? If they do, they'll go for this. Or do they want the death and destruction, say, of a Teddy Tom or Tripperers? That's what it'll come down to. This team could go as low as 3, 4, all the way up to 6 or 7, I think. It just depends what the captain wants. But it is a really, really nice team. I think Arsene will take this. Because I think he likes balance, and although again, wouldn't surprise me if any of those take it either. So there you go. Right, V-Power threw me a curveball because I expected him to go either an old rotter team or some sort of crazy fun team. In the end, he's actually gone for Skaven. What I wasn't expecting. Interesting on his red ogre has gone guard stand firm. No juggernauts, no block, but he does have a mighty blow claw killer and a mighty blow tackle piece. Gut runners, 2 heads blodge, not bad. I like the wrestle strip ball. I always think you should have one of them gut runners. Guard on a gut runner as well. It's 13 players, but no dirty player in them 13 players. I think that could be a missed opportunity. Lead on the thrower makes him have the 3 rerolls. Nicely balanced team. It can take a few attrition hits as well. Duran, do you prefer this to Projectors, or would you rather Projectors team?
I like this one a little better because the other Rat Ogre had block, which means he's more likely to. I don't know. Just you're always tempted to throw blocks with your big guy when they have block, right? So I just don't like putting it on them, just so you're not tempted to do it.
Yeah.
And he could use a dirty player. He has no Apo, which is scary as hell. But maybe that's why he doesn't have a dirty player, because he needs his bench for other things.
Yeah, 13 players is good though.
But the 1 guard though is almost pointless. But
he's got 2 guards.
Sorry, the Rat Ogre. Yeah, right. Forgot. Yeah, that's why the Rat Ogre doesn't have block. He has guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's decent. V's decent. 2-headed, yeah, I guess for 1 turning. It's got his ball stripper. I don't know, maybe do something else with the other. It seems a little unsexy to just have a blodge gutter runner, but I guess that there's still a wicked piece, so can't go wrong really. Probably goes 3 to 5, somewhere's in there. 4 or 5 probably.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, I mean, obviously V-Power is a very good player, and he's obviously been in the playoffs before on the Champions ladder, and also he's an MML champion as well. Teddy, want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I like this team as well. I would swap a lineman for an Apothecary. Just you have 12 players with you have 12 players, so you got a bench and you got a way to heal your gutter runner or maybe one of your blitzers if they get injured early. So that's the only difference I would make. But Yeah, I think it's a very solid team, and I can definitely see it get picked up, uh, like in the fifth round, just because the coach might not be. It's not as well known, even though he has won this and he has
Yeah.
played in the cloud before, but it's not as much success as yourself or Arzawayne or Duran. So I'd say he's a fifth round pick.
Who do you think will snag him?
I think, uh, I think Shod will probably take this. It's got some unique skill choices. I think it's the only scaling team without Opera Ogre.
Hi
Quick
there,
game
guys.
update. Game
Yeah.
update.
Fucking have it. Sorry, I'm off now. Bye.
Yeah, he just blitzed one. He just one die blitzed with the ball on turn 16 and scalded it, and it's gonna be a draw.
There you go. A draw. What? 0-0? 1-1?
Sorry, 0-0.
0-0. Okay. Sorry, Teddy. Yeah, you. So you're saying about round 5, and you think Shod will take him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't go about round 4, round 5. I wasn't sure who we'd go to. So I tossed a coin, and it ended up being on Duran. So a 4-sided coin, believe it or not. So there you go. So be probably 4th, 5th round goes to Duran, in my opinion. Right then, so we're getting to the end now of this long stream, and we're going to Meligold, who is actually going undead. Another undead. Undead have been given a lot of love. 4 guard in this. I like the guard in this. 4 lovely pieces of guard. 4 mighty blow. 3 rerolls. I like it. 4 goals. All with Blodger Wrestle. I really did like this this build. Duran, you I think said in your stream you'd like this if his internet was okay.
Yeah, other than his internet issues, this is probably the best undead team. I can see the 4 guard I wanted on the other ones. You've got your ball carrier, you got your ball stripper, you got your mobile guard, you got your white killer, you got your 3 fan factor, all in fan factor, 3 team. This is probably how I would do it if I was going to play undead. Everything about it's pretty good, except his internet connection. So
That would be a worry. But you do
dead troll slayer too, by the way.
you get 6 reconnections.
Yeah, but you get the reconnect feature now, so it should be fine.
Cass?
Should he though? He's still conceded off this season, I believe.
I don't know.
Sorry.
What round do you think he'll
Dead Blodge, stand firm, guard, troll slayer into a MNG.
Ooh. Wait,
But yeah,
the rounds.
it's good. This easily goes probably 3 or 4.
3 or 4, fair dues. Teddy?
I reckon this is a first round pick for me.
Ooh, first round! Wow! Meligold going in the first round. Didn't expect
Well,
that.
I think Undead's a very solid team, and he's a very solid coach. So,
Oh,
with
there
those
you go.
factors considered, I think this is definitely a good first round pick team.
Well, if he goes first round, we'll all hail Teddy Mystic Ted because I like this team a lot. I had him penciled in round 3 and 4. I didn't have him going round 1, but yeah, I suppose in a way I can see what you're thinking because the team is very very good. I mean, there's not much not to like about the team, is there?
It's nothing. He's not really weak to anything, unless you count that crazy orc team with all that guard. But other than that, it's very solid against everything. It's going to be solid against Necro. It's going to be solid against Chaos Dwarves. It's not really a team that really wants to face this.
Who's picking him first round then, Ted?
Well, I would say Arzo, but they're both in the UC, so it can't be Arzo. So I reckon Anani would pick this team instead. I think this is a very solid undead team, and I'd be surprised if this doesn't go first round or second round.
Right.
In all honesty.
So Adani is a Bannon for anyone who doesn't know who that is. Right, yeah, I think 3rd, 4th round, I like the team. But again, yeah, if he's got an internet connection, that would put me off slightly, I must admit. But yeah, fair dues. Oh, well, there you go. He thinks he'll go first round. Bloody hell.
He's got that thing that Duran likes as well, which is free fan factor.
Oh, yeah. There you go, you see. So a lot of love for that team. And yeah, I can understand why I'd go there.
You'll like it too when the Rock kills the other guy instead of your guy because of that 1 extra fan factor.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. But you say that, the amount of times I've been top fan factor and the Rock still hits me. It's crazy. But yeah, it should help. The next one's a team I personally like. It's Necro Civil War. I immediately play, obviously very good coaches. The Sea Ladder Xbox champion with Pro Elves. nonetheless. But he does play Necro a lot on the PS4, obviously one of the big UC guys. And he's obviously gone for his 2 block guard pieces on his golems. He's got another 2 whites with guard as well, so he's got the 4 guard. His 2 mighty blow block wolves. I like that. Lead on a goal, and then obviously the other goal's got Bloodshow hands. I like this team a lot. 12 players. I just really think it's a good team. Durham, disagree? Agree?
Yeah, this is probably the best Necro team, or Gimli's. I can't remember which, but at least none of. I'll say this about the Necro people who play Necro. At least none of them screwed around with their flesh golems. They all have block and guard. That was good to see.
Yeah.
Nobody went silly with them.
Yeah.
But I don't know about the 2 identical wolves. It feels like there's a missed opportunity there to do something with the other wolf.
Yeah.
Like maybe give it tackle, or maybe give it blodge for a good distance, one turning. I don't know. Just seems a little redundant. But other than that,
what round do you think this would go?
iMedia is pretty good. So probably 2-3. Yeah, I could see it slipping to 4 just because of people playing favorites, but I doubt it. Probably goes 2 or 3.
Yeah. Teddy?
Round 1, I think this is the best Necro team that I've seen, and iMedia is also a very good coach, so I reckon this is the first round pick, in my opinion.
Yeah. I must
For a
admit,
Necro team.
Yeah, he plays Necro extremely well. I had him going down. It wouldn't surprise me if he went round 1. I am down in round 2. Maybe to Shod for the 4th, 5th pick. I thought, as long as Shod got what he wanted in the first round, he'd probably get iMedia in the second round. I think, this guy plays very, very well. If he's still on the board in 3rd round, he would be my pick straight away. I would not even hesitate. He should go in the first 3. Probably the best Necro build. I agree with that. And I think it's a solid pick, and he should go in the first 3 rounds for definite.
And he's negated the Necro weakness. He's got 2 rerolls, but he's got leaders, so he's got 3.
Yeah, but he's an amazing coach, and next champion as well. So there's a lot to like about his team. Next one, Civil War Monty, ruining Mont then. So obviously this guy was to the semi-finals of the Sea Ladder with an Underworld team. Be some really good coaches, including former champions, and this is his build. Obviously he's got Mighty Blow Claw Blitzer, Mighty Blow Claw Tentacles Troll, Skaven Lambman with Claw and Mighty Blow, don't like that. Wrestle Tackle, do like that. A very nice Skaven Thrower. 14 players there to play it. A lot to like. Skaven Lambman though. Mighty Blow Claw, what's that all about? I really don't like that. Durin, what do you think?
Yeah, I roasted him pretty hard for the lineman. It's like, if I could hold my hand up in front of my eyes and just block out that lineman, I really like his team.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that lineman exists on this team. So I don't understand it. I don't like it. He's spending a double on Mighty Blow for it as well. Why not just block guard if you're gonna go that route? He's got 0 guard, so I don't like 2 heads on the thrower with block too. You only really need 1 good thrower to be the ball handler. The other one can just be like a blocker.
Yeah.
So that 2 heads could go on one of your goblins or something, or you could put horns on a goblin for cage diving. I think that there's definitely some missed opportunities on this team.
Yeah.
It's going to go late. It's a stunty team, so 7 beyond probably.
Yeah. And that's where he'll be quite good, because obviously Rearmount's done really well with these sort of teams. And obviously if he goes like round 7, 8, or 9, he's going to be a really shrewd pickup. I mean I love Rooney, and I don't like to second guess him, but that Lambman, I just don't get it. It's not a major problem. He could do well with him, but I just think, you know what, if you're that desperate, I would have probably given, Mighty Blow Claw to the other Skaven Blitzer, just have 2 of them.
It's just with that lineman, Bert, you only get 1 blitz per turn, and we see who he's blitzing with, right? It's going to be that storm vermin every time. So what the hell is that lineman going to be doing, other than maybe basing something and getting its head kicked in before he gets a chance to hit anybody? It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, all I can think of is, like, for the first turn, he's going to have 3 claw hits. And trying to do as much attrition as he can in there. Because, like I said, a lot of teams will only have 11 players, so if he has a good day at the office, It might be all right, but what's he going to go against? If he's going like round 8, 9, there's a chance he could go into goblins and stuff like that. So it may not be that good. Welcome beers, yeah. Your team's already been done, buddy. He was about middle, I think he was done. So yeah, you're only about 2 hours 45 minutes late. But yeah, I like this team. I think he'll go around about 7 or 8. Who will he go to? I think he can't go twice weeks as you see. I think he will go to a Bannon then. I think a Bannon will take him. Now then, here comes to my favourite piece of the game, the jump up piling on tree of Dionysus. What a wonderful piece.
And the only Wood Elf team.
And the only Wood Elf team. Wood Elf team? How come there's only one Wood Elf team? Everyone was saying there's going to be loads of them, but there's only one. Oh man. Durham, we'll go to you first. Pile it on, jump up tree. Good thing, bad thing.
This will be a late round pick, another round 10 with Groovy, I think. There's no way I'm touching this. There's no way I'm touching this team with a 10-foot pole. That tree is just awful.
Wow,
Awful.
It's a lovely tree.
Awful. And the guard sidestep lineman makes absolutely 0 sense. He's only got 2 catchers, not 3. Like, there's just... I don't play Wood Elves because I hate them. And I don't understand his build at all. No Apo, 2 rerolls. He has the leader, so I guess that's fine. Again, but he split his extra 2 points to get more rerolls. You don't need more rerolls. Like, I just everything about it I don't like. I don't know the coach at all though, but I'm just going off his build. You will not see this on my team, I promise you, unless it's the dead last pick in the entire draft. That's the only way this happens.
Right.
No,
Okay.
it's not happening.
I like the tree. I love the tree. I can't wait to see this tree in action. I think he's going to be huge. I think he's going to be splattering people all over the place. The mighty blow tackle, well, that's right. I like that a lot. I really do like that. And the other one, strip ball tackle. I don't have an issue with the war dancers. I do agree with Duran though. Number 12, card and sidestep. I don't know what that's all about. I really don't. Kicks fan, only 2 catches. Yeah. I don't know. I don't care. I just want to see this tree. I'll be honest. Will he go that late? I don't think he'll go that late. At the end of the day, it's Wood Elves. I think this will go around 6. I don't think he'll go. If this goes round 8 or 9, I'll be laughing my head off because it should be able to run rings around goblins and stuff like that. And that piling on tree will splat most of the goblins. No, I like this team for the craziness. And he has 2 good war dancers. Teddy, what do you think?
This is definitely a round 9 pick. This is no, because unlike Duran, I know how Dionysus plays, and it's not been very impressive.
Right. Okay. So
it's been very poor in my opinion, and even the team build for guard sidestep. Just what on alignment? Why? Why is the catcher? Why have you got a catcher with sure hands when you've got a thrower?
But it could have got sure hands on it if he's taking accurate and leader.
Yeah, but the whole point of the thrower is to get the ball. Why would you want the catcher holding it?
I don't know.
You want the thrower to get the ball so you can throw it.
Maybe, but I like it. I think it's a really fun team. I just can't wait for the tree. I applaud him. The only better thing would have been giving the treeman leap.
I mean, jump up piling on. It's fun. It's very gimmicky, but it's in practice it's not very good. But yeah, overall, I think this is a very late round pick. Round 9.
I can't wait to see. I just can't wait to see the tree pile on. I really can't. I love it. I love this team. I think the tree will do really, really well. Like I said, I don't think I've actually seen Dionysus play before, but I still think it could go as low as round 6 maybe. But
no,
that's just me. You're just saying no. Okay, I'll leave it there.
I'll be nice. I'll let him go to round 8, or 9. Anything earlier, and I'd be amazed.
Round 10, he's going on Bernie's team.
It's going to be in the booth for me. Is fair enough? Bring the tree. Right, here's a guy I have a lot of time for, and I was happy and I wasn't happy when I found out Andy was going goblins, because I was doing my little draft board and he was my sleep. I was like, yeah, he's going to go Bretonnians and I'm going to be able to pick him in around 6 and win all the stuff. And then he went goblins. But again, we do have that wonderful leaping chainsaw, and I love the name Bus Killington. If that guy doesn't kill something, I'll be disappointed. He's got Fidget Spinner, the fanatic. He's got Hail Mary, Long Bomb Silver. What
Bomb
a name!
Silver.
I mean, some of these names are just amazing. I would just
Andy does make some creative names.
He does. Bingo bongo. I love it. I would just have this team. I would be gutted if I didn't have this team in my as nasty as I am, I'd probably pick this about round 4 and say, "Go on, Andy, go and take on all the big guns. Come on, mate, go and take them all on." You probably get squashed, but it'd be fun. So it's a good job I'm not a captain, because I would still probably take Andy about round 4 to 6, and he would probably get murdered, but it'd be fun. I like it. I think it's a crazy team. A bit like, obviously, we've seen the Roigs and we've seen the other ones as well, haven't we? Where they've just been all crazy. They're all going to cause absolute chaos. Duran, are you a big fan of this team?
Yeah, it's a pretty fun Goblin team. I like the other one a bit better, but this one's got some more skill. Like, strong arm on the troll is fine. The only problem is now your opponent knows which troll you want to throw with.
Yeah.
But block Pogoer is pretty nice. She should probably have sidestep as well, though. You should probably go all in on your Pogoer. I don't know what. Yeah, I would have dumped a diving tackle for sidestep or something. He's got his 1-turn Goblin to throw. He didn't go grab on the Fanatic, which I really love. And again, it's another Hail Mary Bombarder and a Leaping Chainsaw. So we're going to get some Goblin fun here, especially these two teams face off. If they could go the same round, that'd be very nice to all of us.
Yeah.
But the one thing I don't get is he has no Apo, but he took 6 points and spread them out amongst cheerleaders, fan factors, and coach assists. So I can't say I'm a fan about that.
Yeah,
but obviously it's a late round pick.
Yeah.
It's Goblins. So.
Yeah, but he's gonna win. He's gonna win the fan factor for Rural. So.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
And he's gonna get a lot of endorsements.
Yeah.
Since he's a low TV as well, 12.90.
The interesting thing is, gone for the referee rest area. I don't know if I'm too keen on it. So he gets an extra Brab, so obviously he's got that. But obviously his opponent will get a Brab as well. So that's a bit of a risk. I would have gone with a Knuffles Alter myself and got a few star players because, hey, Nobler, get that bad boy in your team, and maybe something else, maybe another Fanatic would have been a lot better.
Scrapper.
Yeah. Is it Scrapper? Is that the Leaper? Scrapper's all head.
Yeah. Scrapper's the Pogo that can leap and get thrown.
Fantastic. So he's had plenty of options. I would certainly be looking for another star player, but I think he's trying to boost upon Brabs instead. So there you go. I think again, if I was ever going to take a fun team really low, it would be Andy, just because I just think it'd be hilarious. But obviously, realistically, round 8, round 9, and I think if he goes round 8, round 9, he'll probably win every single game. That's my crazy prediction. So if he's still there, round 8, round 9 captains, take him. He will get you points, I guarantee. So there you go. I think anyone could take him. I think Abannon's quite shrewd. He'll take him. He'll take Andy because I've told him to just now. And finally, we come to the final team of the final. And it's Die Young Try Living Fast Call 6-6 Manx from the Blood and Tears League. And it's Skaven. So we finish with the Skaven team. And I'm going to shoot straight over to Duran and see what he thinks about this team.
This is one of the ones I didn't get to see, wasn't it?
Ooh. Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah. Again, another missed opportunity in the Rat Ogre. I'd have Juggernaut on that thing. But 2 sidesteppers, Calamity Blow, 12 men. Again, no Apo. I get it, guys. It's res. You're going to get all your players back, but you're going to be wishing you had that Apo during the game. I promise you.
Yeah, I prefer the Apo,
Yeah, I went for a cheerleader and 2 fan factor. I just put it all in fan factor, people. Big hands I like. Ball recovery is good. He has no ball stripper though. That's the only thing he doesn't have over the other Skaven teams, and there's no reason not to have it. So that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Hey, you got 3 gutter runners as well.
Yeah.
3 is okay.
Yeah, same projected 3. So, what round do you think he'll go?
This one's a little. I don't know. 3 to 5, maybe. It's tough to say. I haven't seen Cole play in forever either, so I can't remember how good he is.
Right. Okay. That is.
But yeah, it's gonna depend on I really just somewhere in the middle. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Okay. Teddy.
I say number 6. Sixth round pick, just because he is Skaven, yes, but he's not a well-known coach, and even the other Skaven teams, such as Ps4 and Projecty, I think their Skaven team's built better than this Skaven team. So I think this is going to be mid to late round pick. So I'd say round 6.
Yeah, I think if he go, I mean, I had him going down round 6, round 7, and I think if he goes down there, he could be very dangerous in that sort of round and could rack up a few points for his captain. I don't think he'll go any early because obviously V-Power V, obviously MML champion, obviously playoff contender in the Champions Ladder, and then you got Projecki as well, who's usually round about top anyway, and he's a very good Skaven player. So I think they'll take the highlight over him. But I think this guy, if he can get around about round 7, he could certainly pay for himself, getting you some wins. So you know, I must admit though, I was disappointed not to see a strip ball wrestle piece. I think you've got to have one of those. I'd have probably dropped a sidestep blodger and changed it for a wrestle strip baller instead. Apart from that, it's a good team. 12 again, no apothecary though. That's the worry with AB7 teams, and I think I think it's a bit worse now because you've only got 3 gut runners. That's the problem. So if you lose one of them, you're down to 2 and you've got no apothecary to save them. Yeah, it wouldn't be my pick, this guy, but if I could get him about round 7, it may be worth a pick, just for the value of what he's going to go up against, personally, myself. But who will pick him? I don't. Maybe Shod might give him a bit of love in around 7, and maybe a Bannon. But,
I reckon Arzo will take this team just because it's Arzo.
yeah, I think
It's something different. This would probably be like Arzo's like surprise factor team. You might pick.
I just can't see Arzo taking this ahead of Projecki or V-Power V. I really can't. But I mean, like I said, I think it's one of those teams that's very situational. This team becomes a lot more better the later it goes in the rounds, like round 7, round 8. If it goes in, I can't see this going in the first 5 rounds. If it does, I'll be very, very surprised. But again, I don't really know how good this guy plays, and that always puts me off because you don't know how good they are. But you know, as long as he enjoys himself, that's all that matters. And it's another Skaven team, so you know, it's good to have them. So there we go. It is all done. Only 3 hours 6 minutes of lovely us lot talking rubbish. I must thank Kelsey, Cass, Duran, Teddy, Tom, all for joining me. I will ask Duran first, which is the best team out of this lot you've seen?
Oh, that we've seen, so I can't say my team.
Nope.
I'm not sure. I missed the start, so I'm trying to remember the earlier teams.
Yeah, and say because you previewed these yesterday.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'm trying to remember.
I haven't shot. I haven't. We'll go to Teddy while you're thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, for me, it's probably iMedia.
Okay, iMedia. And I will go for Seghezier's Oaks. Okay, my favourite team. So that'll be my
No
pick.
surprises.
No, I love that team. Just wait for Duran then.
Oh, sorry. I'm just pulling up the league, so I can actually see the teams. At least the names of them anyway, right quick.
Civil servants.
Oh, I hate how the buttons change from X to triangle at times when you want to go into stuff. Pet peeve of mine. Yeah, it probably is iMedia's team's probably the best made team.
Oh, okay, so we've got
I just looked at Gimli's again.
Yeah.
I just looked at Gimli's again, and then, yeah, I forgot about the white I didn't like.
There it is. So there we go. So is there any truth that Duran will take Cass first round?
I don't know, is there any truth to it?
You tell me. It's you.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I gotta do up my draft board. I'll let you know.
Right then. Okay. Well, that's us done then, guys. Thanks for everybody watching this stream. Thanks for Duran, thanks for Teddy, and thanks for Cass. And we'll let you know when the draft's done. And it will be streamed. And I'll let you know. So thanks again, guys. Take care. And we'll see you again. See you later.